and he's actually set himself up. I think he's working in an Indigenous role.
With the is that part of the AFL down there?
I'm not sure exactly who with,
right,
but
yeah, so he has got a role down there,
yep.
And that's all I thought we'd be able to talk to him today. So hopefully he pops his head in at some stage today for us.
Well, we're not too far away from the pre-game ceremony. Unfortunately, we won't be able to take that as we normally will, but both teams, footballers and I think netballers as well, no, maybe just the footballers, taking part in this Anzac ceremony here as part of the build-up to the spirit of the Anzac clash between Lara and Grovedale. Lara, if you have joined us through AFL Barwon TV, are wearing a special Anzac-themed jumper, so some of the play numbers are a little bit different to what you would normally see them in.
Before we kick off, in the reserves match today, the Spirit of Anzac medal for best on ground goes to Grovedale number 28, Judah Green. Good afternoon and welcome all to this Lara for our annual Spirit of Anzac commemoration match against Grovedale Football Netball Club. Since 2017, the Lara RSL and Grovedale FNC have been key partners in establishing this day. The tradition to recognise and commemorate the Anzacs, particularly those who served in the conflict. The ceremony today is led by Marcus McEwen, President of the Lara branch of the RSL.
Thanks very much. Anzac Day is a very special day in Australia's Commonwealth. It is a day to reflect and remember with pride the Anzacs and the Anzac spirit that was first forged at Gallipoli 109 years ago. We pay tribute to all of those who have served, and in particular those who have made the supreme sacrifice for war up to and including Afghanistan. We must never forget them. There is a distinct nature among service people, a mutual respect, a bond, and a selfless dedication to proudly serve our country when required. We should all be very proud of our highly trained and professional defence force. Serving in the military means making friends for life. There is a lasting bond with those who have served, and Anzac Day is a day to enjoy each other's company, reminisce and remember those who are not with us today. We should all be very grateful that we live in this lucky country of ours, and it should never be taken for granted. Now, as a grandfather myself, I have a great deal of hope that today's youth will continue the incredibly important traditions of Anzac Day. I'd therefore like to thank the Lara Football Netball Club for inviting us here today to commemorate this special day, and I look forward to watching on as the players from both clubs display the Anzac spirit of courage, mateship, and a sense of purpose with a willingness to do whatever it takes to get the job done.
Today, and I think with the two power forwards, Dave's obviously only the one game he's kicked 3 wins. Corresponding game 2 years ago, 3-9 out of it. What's the game of
Could everyone please be upstanding for the oath? They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. We will now observe 1 minute silence. Lest we forget. Please remain up standing for the national anthem. Thank you very much.
Oi, Thomas! Give us a rub, mate!
Birchie, just a bit of an update just on the breeze. It just seems to be a slight one here at Biznella Oval. Is it favouring either end of the ground?
Not so much, Kingy. It's more across the ground, heading towards the club room side, so shouldn't affect the goal kicking too much. But yeah, slight breeze into the rooms here.
Thank you for that, Birchie. Well, hopefully that might mean a lot of play on this side of the ground, which will be fantastic.
Never know. Kingy, I've got some personal Twitter feeds. Dev Smith is currently at the Champs Golf PGA event in Tokemwell. He's listening and wants to fire up the Cats all day.
Two beautiful tracks there at Tokemwell, the presidents and the captains, and the captain's track is absolutely one of the best ones going around. So
Dev's listening to us via that. So is Matt Trethowan, who is in London, 5 a.m. local time, and he's off to the Tottenham Arsenal game this afternoon at Tottenham Stadium.
Nice.
So he's listening to us at 5 a.m. in London. So we've got listeners everywhere today. So, but Dev Smith will be obviously an interested listener in today.
Dev, good luck with how you hit them. KRFootball.live is where you'll hear Lara and Grove. He actually won the Althorpe medal back in the late 90s, Scotty McLeod, in the GFL reserves.
Yeah, probably should have stuck to footy, but there's certainly a better footballer than he was umpire, that's for sure. But it's good to see a young fella running around. And hey, I haven't whacked him yet today.
Well, and I've got a personal Twitter in a minute for that. Harry Emerson is boundary umpiring. Harry, very good cricketer.
Oh, okay.
Plays with Buzz at Highton, right? But he plays at college with. He's very well coached at Geelong College as well. So,
of course he is.
Yes, very well coached. But personal Twitter, have a good call, mate. Tim Dates' calendar eye are under the light tower opposite your van. So there you go. Right. Adam Jones. Right. The great Adam Jones.
Welcome to you, Jonesy.
Timmy Dates' calendar.
Oh, that's my cousin.
I know.
He's a good umpire, one of the best.
The poll's in too for the KFC X. KFC has a $4.95 fill up with hot rods. Get in today, pick up only. Lara 68%, Grovedale 32%, so 2-1 almost in favour of the Cats, snapping a 17-game losing streak against the Grovedale Tigers. Players are moving into position. Birchie, did you get the toss of the coin for South Point Garden Supplies by any chance?
Yeah, Lara won the toss and they'll kick to the new scoreboard end.
Was that toss done as part of the pre-game ceremony?
No, just after, but I didn't make it out there, so umpires did it today.
Yeah, all good. All right, so come on, Birchie, come on.
I've missed it now. This Anzac round, it's throwing me out.
How are they going to use Cooper Leach and Ryan Abbott here? So Leach is actually going to start in the ruck.
Yeah, now it's going to start forward or off. I'm not sure where he...
No, he's gone forward.
He's gone forward, yeah. So giving Cooper Leach the first go at it, and the reins and the bit of tutelage, as we mentioned, from Ryan Abbott. So let's see how he goes early against Ryan Bell. That's the matchup we spoke about earlier that is going to be of interest indeed.
Bailey Cockrell on this wing here against Daniel Harms is a nice matchup for Wombat Gully Plant Farm as well. The other one I'll keep an eye on is who gets the job on Bailey Ettridge, coming off 4 goals against in this game last year. So he'll be one that I'll have to keep a close eye on. But the opening bounce, or opening ball up, in fact, for Harvey Norman, here's Jace as Lara takes on Grovedale.
Yes, and Leach got it down too as well for Grovedale, and went and did his own roving work, or tried to, and coming off the wing Cockrell, he got wrapped up in the tackle by Leach. So he's had a nice little start. Cooper Leach into this contest. He's up against Bell, who gets it down this time for Lara. Ball spills back towards Cockrell, and Lara can go now towards centre wing. Stone takes the mark, comes back inboard. Cockrell again, just back end of centre wing. We'll have the ball and go with the right foot towards Bell, and also Leach, who gets tripped over. The umpire says play on. Will Ford handball backwards. Oh, to Radcliffe. He gives it to Ford. Ford along the boundary line. Nice, neat little kick. And Harms takes it for the Tigers. He goes short. Oh, the mark should have been taken by Hose. It wasn't. Play on, said the umpire. Handball came over the top. Now getting it is Thar. He goes inside 50 for Lara. It's a 2-on-1. Day had 2 against him, but thrown beautifully at the front by Harvey. Ball spills free. Jose, can he get there? He can't for Lara. And it's pushed through for a rush behind for the Cats. And the opening score of the afternoon is to the home side. They are 1 behind. Grovedale yet to score. Harvey Norman, K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard.
Aaron Stone and Will Ford will be a nice little matchup in the middle there as well, because they're both very good footballers.
Right back pocket, ball in the hands of Cook for Grovedale. He goes short with a kick over the top to Deans, and Speedy then goes short onto the chest of Will Ford, who's wearing number 5 this afternoon. He goes short. The kick, though, poor. Bouncing ball. Chance here for Thar. Been busy early. Jams it on his left boot and finds a marking target in Bailey Harvey. Harvey, normally in the 33, in the 3 today, sends it to the goal square. Wants a marking target. Won't find one. Here's McCarthy on debut for the Tigers. The former Tatura player, Goulburn Valley representative last year in Interleague against the Ovens and Murray. He goes short to Deans. That's smart play. Just kick it to your co-captain in your first game. Speedy, one of the veterans of the competition, now goes short into the right back pocket, back to McCarthy. McCarthy fires a handball over the top, asks a lot of Ferguson. McCarthy provide good follow-up run, and they'll get the ball out of there. Handball over the top, back towards McCarthy. No room to work with. Slick hand at the boundary line. Will Jeffrey in the helmet, gave it to Deans. Went looking for Gillett off the hands of the pack. It'll fall. Big Bell. He was clean below his knees. Stone involved, and now the clearing kick for the Cats towards half forward. Yeah, back to centre half forward, but coming out in front. Or Grovedale, they should
have taken the mark. Weagle down there. In fact, it's Jose. He gets it there, and he's wrapped up straight away, dropping that mark. Whiskin for Grovedale, and Jose was able to hold it up inside forward 50 for Lara. So they're attacking.
Same hairdo, Jose and Weagle. That's why you confused them.
Correct. They've both been to the same barber and got the number 0 coming towards the right forward pocket for the Cats. Can the Tigers keep it in? They can. Over the top to Deans, along the boundary line to Harms. Just waits and just tries to measure the pass. It's okay. The mark. Oh, hello. The second time that Angus Hose has dropped a mark and he's been paid. Yeah. So right in front of the best seats in the house. Thanks to APCO service stations, it's going to be Angus Hose with the footy for Grovedale.
Ball to play on. Sends a kick to the wing, looking for Jeffrey off 2 feet. Jump, couldn't take the mark. Clearing handball came from Tom Reynolds. Ball at ground level for the Cats. He missed the target, and it's going to be locked under a pack here. It's not coming out, and we're going to get a ball up. Last man up for the Cats is Cam Edwards, and we'll get a ball up right half forward. Bell puts his hand in the air. He'll go against Leach. Bell may be winning the tap. He'll have another go at it after it hit the ground. Hose, he hits that to throw, and that'll be a free kick to the Cats. Taken by with a hand Cunningham. He'll kick inside 50. Marking target was Jose. Couldn't mark off the hands of the pack. White. Handball release. Ferguson. McCarthy involved. Jeffrey backtracking. Handball back to McCarthy. He's racking them up early. Now he gives a handball back over the top. Jeffrey will run onto a bouncing ball. Just confronted by Benari, but released back to McCarthy. Calling a lot of him early. Kick no. Missed its target. Coming back the other way. And now a chance for the Cats on that outer wing. They'll get a free kick, I reckon, for a hold. And it'll be a free kick over there to Tommy Reynolds, and he's got it on the outer wing in front of Marcel Barron, snapping away for Geelong Regional Football. Goes towards half forward with the kick, the back, no mark taken, and coming through for Lara was Harvey. He goes backwards 20 metres. They get it around the corner towards Linehan Cunningham, back to whence it came, inside 50. Ball spills free. Grovedale with the numbers. Can they come the other way? They can. Clearing kick came from McCarthy again, out towards centre wing, punched away by Stone. Front of the pack, coming at it, and pushing the back, no. Tommy Stephen couldn't take it for Grovedale. Comes back Deans defensively for the Tigers now. Handball over the top, Gunther for Lara. He comes back to him, second effort. His handball this time on the half volley. Stone tried to pick it up, went through Deans. He couldn't get there though. Jeffrey got the handball for Grovedale. Then getting out of some trouble was Chute. He comes back with the handball. Short little kick. They just need to settle the play, and they do. They find Hodgson. How good's this McCarthy?
Yeah, he's real good. Nice follow-up, hasn't he?
Hodgson kicks out in the air. It was fisted away, but into the path of 40. Gave it to White. Tried to shrug off a really good tackle. And that'll be holding the ball. That's a really good tackle there, laid for the Cats by Thar. He's been very busy, Connor Thar, early, hence why he's on Werriby's VFL list. He'll bring it to our broadcast wing. He wants Weagle. He'll have to wait for it to bounce, the veteran. He's got it just back of true centre wing, past our broadcast position, and sends it into the waiting arms of a teammate. And it's taken there by Tomacic. Day provides the lead. That's where he sends it now. He will have a 3-on-1 off the hands of the pack. McCarthy, Deans, handball over the top. Ball eluded. Leach, chance, snap around the corner, and he doesn't miss those. Bailey Cockrell. Nice finish for the Cats from Bailey Cockrell. Early goal of the day contender. Didn't need a second look at the goals. Finished nicely on his left, the wingman. And they get their first of the afternoon, the Cats. They're 1-1-7 on the first quarter. K-Rock Harvey Norman scoreboard. And the Grovedale Tigers are yet to score.
Kingy 7 inside forward 50s to 0 at this stage, and that's what's telling the story. There's a lot of time in forward half. There's a couple of repeat entries, but interesting when Bailey Cockrell kicked that goal, there was no celebration. No one gave him a high five, nothing. He just went back to his position. I would have thought the first goal you might have got up and about and get excited on a day like today. Clearly not, but that's good work, good reward for Lara then for toiling hard inside their forward 50.
Bell gets it down for Lara to Thar. He can't pick it up. Forwards against him, pushes him off the football. They get their clearing kick. Chute goes towards centre half forward for Grovedale, getting back there, taking a good mark. Gunther at half back for the Cats, wants to play on quickly, come towards the broadcast side, out the back. It might be okay. No mark taken by Judd. He's got some time. He handballs it back though, needs some support. Grovedale get there first. Can they pick it up? Stephen couldn't do it, and the ball will run out. And that was Bailey Cockrell as well, who sees it over the line. So we're going to have a boundary throw just forward of centre wing with Grovedale into attack.
Nice little match-up. Connor Thar and Nathan Deans are around the ground so far. The vertically challenged couple getting around.
On that Gully Plan Farm matchups, they are roving at the front of the pack. Jeffrey handball release. Cockrell stole it in a little 1-2. He gets it back and then sends a kick on his left boot. It's a scrubbing ball that rolls through the cricket pitch area. Jost tried to knock into his own advantage. Cleaned up nicely by Rory Quinn. Little kick is okay, and he finds Blake Hodson, who's got it. Hodson goes wide. Jack Chute has been busy. Chute at right half forward, beckoning somebody to come towards him, so he goes long. Abbott, the target, back with the flight, couldn't mark. Hands to the pack. White can dribble it through. That was all too easy. Hands to the pack. Harrison White unattended for Grovedale, and he gets the Tigers first of the afternoon. 1 straight 6 Grovedale. Lara 1-1-7 opening quarter action thanks to Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds. Think Harvey Norman for all the big brands at Geelong's best prices, and in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink, sport, Rory Street, Geelong. Here's Matty Kershaw.
Yeah, that's the first time they've gone inside, or second time they've gone inside forward 50. That one was a deep entry. The previous one was shallow and intercept mark, but that one was deep by Chute. It was a great kick, and obviously the numbers went up, and Harrison White done his thing front and centre. But interestingly enough, Harrison White is so good off a half-back flank, and he's playing a different role today, so interesting to see how he goes.
Abbott out of the ruck, takes it, kicks it towards half forward. Might be okay. White can't take the mark. He's on hands and knees. He's wrapped up by Reynolds. He'll need to get rid of it. The umpire says held in.
Yeah.
And we'll have the ball up at right half forward.
So he's lining up on half forward, Jace. The one wood is obviously him off a half-back flank. We know how quick he is. He's done his hamstring a few times going too quick, but he's a fantastic footballer.
Bell on the tap down. The handball came from forward to Moran. Moran a kick inside forward 50. Mark was dropped there by Stephen, but he had time to turn, recover and have a pot shot at goal. Got away too easily there from Nick Beekmans, and it'll be a minor score. We are locked away at 1-1-7 apiece. 9 minutes played on the Bowen Foods time clock. Bowen Foods sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong.
So Gunther will kick it back in for Lara. The western end of the ground. Plays on straight down the middle with the kick. Oh, looks for Linehan Cunningham. He couldn't take the mark though. He needs some support. Cockrell came in to help him. He got wrapped up straight away. Chute and Hose get him at centre half forward for Grovedale. So they're still into attack. So ball up for Bell to get it down. Handball only as far as Jeffrey for Grovedale. Weagle, he runs through, bowls through him.
The big fella!
Blind turn, gets it around the corner, and he just a little bit of candy, showed it. Ryan Abbott, years of experience, just straightened up and kicked the goal.
Well, he put the candy out there for someone to buy, Jason. They purchased it.
They purchased it. So the second for Grovedale, they go to 2-1-13, and they now take the lead. Lara 1-1-7. Harvey Norman K-Rock first quarter scoreboard.
Well, after that first shallow entry where it was intercept mark, they've had 3 inside forward 50s for 3 scoring opportunities. So once they get in there, they can show that they're dangerous. But Weagle just needed to keep that ball in front of him, and it clean bowled him below his knees and obviously into the hands of Abbott. So just maybe a little bit of an error there by the Lara defenders.
Abbott and Bell. Abbott got higher and won. The tap down coming off the edge of the centre square was McHugh. He gave a little handball off. That's Chute on the cricket pitch, or the cricket pitches were over summer for the Lara Cats. I'm sure Danny Hughes made plenty of runs over summer.
He'll tell you about it.
Tapped down by Bell. Far had his kick smothered. They'll fight for it at ground level, including Linehan Cunningham and also Chute. And we'll get a ball up. In fact, that is Josh Smith at the bottom of that pack for the Cats. Bell maybe winning the tap down this time. Chance for Deans. He put his head over it. Jammed on the boot by Chute though for Grovedale. Rolling ball towards half forward. Tommy Stephen, he's surely held without the footy by Beekman's. Umpire said play on. Moran overran the footy. Thar, old-fashioned coat hanger came there from the queue. And there'll be a free kick for Connor Thar, who's been very, very busy early for the Cats.
So he's just on centre wing.
You can't get that low to tackle him.
He's short-statured as well, isn't he? He's a small boy, but he goes hard at the footy. Right foot kick is great to half forward. That was great.
A brilliant kick.
And just a little bit of separation as well for Bailey Ettridge to take the mark, and was able to do it at right half forward, about 50 out from goal. Are they real 50s here?
I think they're 47, Jace. To be
47,
fair.
45.
So is that a mark inside forward 50 where he's standing, or was it a mark inside 47?
Well, yeah, that's right. Well, it doesn't matter.
give it to him. We'll give it a mark inside 50.
Well, it's still a mark inside 50.
Well, technically, yes. By my stats, it'll be.
He's going to kick with the aid of a breeze.
These Kerr's higher stats are very on the mark, Kirsch.
They're not bad. They're close. I do drift every now and then, but concentration gets me.
Bailey Ettridge comes in. Is he going to drift the football? He's going to drift it straight through.
I tell you.
Oh, very close. It just went to the right-hand side. And
Dutch would have kicked it.
Yep, a little slight fade. The Avalon Doctor will be in later, so you got to be aware of that.
1-2-8 Lara, Grovedale 2-1-13 Harvey Norman, K-Rock. First quarter scoreboard.
Short kick in, marked by Hose. He goes wide, but he's turned it over. Good stretch. And the mark taken out there for the Cats. Turn and kicking a high ball was Edwards to the top of the square. Went through the arms of Deans and then landed back in his arms. A handball on the bounce. Morant has it in the back pocket. He'll have a bounce and then kick on his left. Sends a kick to the wing to Leach in a one-on-one. He was outpointed though by Gunther. That was a good defensive mark by Gunther. A Hamlin hanger contender. Wants the middle of the ground and it's a well-weighted ball. Linehan Cunningham cuts back on Harms. Sends it to the pocket. And Jose has stretched and marked. Good take. The work of Gunther in that defensive one-on-one against Leach was nice.
Yeah, he's becoming a very good footballer, Tommy Gunther. Behind the ball, he used to play forward, went behind the ball, and he's become a very good defender.
Dylan Jose to put the Cats back in front. After kicking the first of the game, they've seen White and Abbott kick goals. He's drilled that. He's absolutely hit that like a tracer bullet, Dylan Jose. That went about never higher than goalpost height, and they're not high goalposts here either at Lara, and that was an absolutely scything ball, and he's kicked a goal, and the Cats are back in front on the first quarter. K-Rock, Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Pond scoreboard. 2-2-14 are the Cats of Lara. Grovedale 2-1-13, and we've played nearly 14 minutes on the Barwon Foods time clock.
You have a look at that forward line, and they certainly have got those marking options down there. Dylan Jose has been doing it for a lot of years, and you know, if they can get it in deep, they've got Mitch Day, Ettridge is hitting up, so they've got those players capable enough of kicking a bag on their day.
Bell gets it down in the middle far. His kick was short to Ford. The two number 5s go at it. Will Ford through the middle for Grovedale. Just leaves it for Abbott, who just gets it clearing. Quick kick towards centre half forward. Nelson can't take it. Gunther wrapped up straight away in the tackle on the umpire. Very quick on the whistle there. Will ball it up at centre half forward for Grovedale. So Bell and Abbott come down, do the ruck work. Abbott got a hand to it. Thar tries to break the tackle, got one high against Hose and plays on quickly, wants to move it, goes towards centre half forward with the kick. Ettridge stands his ground. He can't take it. Quinn right next to him for Grovedale. Pack develops just inside the centre square, and it will be Bailey Harvey who will get up with Radcliffe and we'll have the ball up.
We're giving you a 3-2-1 right now. Connor Thar's getting the 3 from everybody, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. He's the standout at the minute, that's for sure.
Tap down Bell, but Ford does the roving for Grovedale. Handball release and the kick from Jeffrey very, very wide. Asks a lot of Leach. He'll try to run onto the footy. Tracking him is Brodie Cambridge. And they'll get out of trouble here. The Cats. The kick comes from Josh Smith, the veteran. Kick to the wing, looking for Edwards. Good spoil from behind. Oh, sorry, it was Ettridge. It was spoiled from behind. And brought to ground. We'll get a ball up. Good to see Josh Smith towards the more back end of his career. Is that a fair way to describe him now, Kirsch?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just watching Cooper Leach holding his knee down in the far left pocket at the moment. Kingy doesn't look great at all.
For St John of God, keep an eye on that, please, Birchie. Thar has his kick smothered by Jeffrey. Is that new, the helmet for Will Jeffrey this year? I don't remember him having it last year.
No, I don't remember.
We'll have a boundary throw in. They are still very much looking down there at Cooper Leach. So
a bit concerned myself, Kingy.
Yeah, on the Falcons list, so it's not ideal. Tap down front of the pack came from McHugh, a clearing kick for the Tigers, but back there is Gunther doing his best work as a intercept defender. He wants to play on it. He wants to send it towards the outer wing in the old scoreboard here at Bisanella Oval, and he finds a marking target, and they'll look to run. Handball release to Weagle. Weagle will send a kick inside forward 50. Watsy got a fly, but no mark taken there. Coming down by Tomicic, and they'll get out of trouble. The Tigers, a short kick, finds Angus Hose, who's got it at right half back.
So Hose plays on for the Tigers, goes to the old scoreboard, sets a bit of a task for Stephen. Oh, he's wrapped up. Was that a sling tackle? Came from Nick Beekmans, and I think it was. So he's going to be paid a free kick. In between wing and half forward. forward on the outer side. Stephen goes, turns the ball over. The lead was on from Abbott, but Weagle was read it the better for the Cats, and he's taken the mark in between the back pocket and half back on the outer side. Called to play on now. Dan Weagle, not quite sure where he's going. He goes short. It's okay in the end. Stone takes the mark, wants to switch the play. Dangerous kick towards centre wing. Getting back to O'Brien, got a hand to it. Runs away from K-Rock's own. Tom Gillett. He gets it now in between wing and half forward. He handballs it back. Off a standing start they go towards half forward. No mark taken. And the second effort was okay from far. And then he threw the ball away. And the umpire said yes, he did. Free kick's going to come back to Grovedale Tigers to take it. It's going to be Tom Schultz with the free kick.
So it looks like Cooper Leach is in a lot of trouble. He's just walking past you there, Birchie. We'll get to you in a moment for St John of God. We'll get when we get a stoppage in play. Actually, we might come to you now, Birchie, very quickly for St John of God. He's in a lot of pain, the young fella.
Yeah, he is actually. He's being helped along the sideline back to the Grovedale bench with a trainer under each arm, so he's not looking good at all. Could be a knee or an ankle. We'll have to get an update on that.
Thank you for that, Birchie. The kick from Charlie Nelson towards half forward wasn't a great one, but it works out all right for Abbott. He gives a handball back to his partner in crime in Dean. Speedy flirts with the boundary line. It actually does a big Shane Warren leg break. That was sort of knocking over Daryl Cullinan.
Bunny.
Was that one? Actually, more the flipper got Daryl Cullinan.
Daryl Cullinan still having nightmares.
Still.
Yeah.
Ball back in the plate. Left forward pocket. Tigers in attack from behind. Bell won the tap down. A little pick up at ground level by Hose was good to Jeffrey, who gave it to Ford. Ford on his non-preferred left, flirting with the boundary line, coming up, flying, but the mark taken over the boundary line on the second attempt by Chute won't be paid. It's off hands, out of play, and a boundary throw in the left forward pocket. 18 minutes played on the Barwon Foods time clock. Gee, time's just flown by in this opening term. Sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong. Here's Jason Doherty on K-Rock Footy.
So Bell gets up against McHugh, who gets it down for Grovedale. Back towards centre half forward with the kick. Abbott got a hand to it. Roved by Hodgson, but they get away. The Cats. Weagle clearing kick back towards the middle. Tomasic can't take the mark. Has his second effort. He can't pick it up. Coming the other way. Oh, McCarthy. He is a star. Have a look at him. Takes the bounce. Backs himself. Kicks it out wide. And you give him a wrap and he turns the ball over. Goes back towards the wing. Now coming forward. Stephen back to McCarthy for Grovedale. They go wide. And Lara with the numbers. Nelson. Can he keep it in? He can. He gives it to Speedy. Deans gets around right, left. Comes back right. And works in the phone box, which he can. Goes in towards the centre half forward position. Now coming back. They're under pressure. Grovedale forwards keeping the pressure on. Abbott can't quite keep it in, but they've kept it forward and in their forward 30, and they're going to have a boundary throw in, so another attacking effort for the Tigers here.
Yeah, a little messy Grovedale outside forward 50. They've just got to bang it in there quick. You've got Abbott down there. McHugh's gone into the ruck, so get it to your big fella.
Boundary throw in. Abbott and Tomasic doing the ruck work. Abbott grabbed it out of the ruck, a little handball release, tried to find Stephen. Stephen to Deans. Deans tied against the boundary line, right forward pocket, scrubbing ball. Will roll out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Not Speedy's best there. And we'll get it tossed back into play. Approaching time on the Barwon Foods time clock. 19 3/4 minutes played. Lara 2-2. Grovedale 2-1. Tomasic will have to go again against Abbott. Abbott just eased him under the footy, but Tomasic was able to get a hand into it. Front of the pack, tackle laid. There's a cat at the bottom of that pack, and we will get a ball up, and it's Mick Beekman's.
Kingy, not good news for Cooper Leach. He's got ice on that right knee now, so they'll obviously just see how it goes in the next little while, but he may be done for the day.
So out of the ruck contest, Abbott just wheeled the ball over his head, right foot kick style. Missed it to the far side though and threw for one behind, so he's kicked 1-1 this afternoon. Ties things up here at Bisanella, 2-2-14 apiece. Harvey Norman K-Rock first got a scoreboard.
Weagle, a long ball that'll flirt with the boundary. They'll actually go out in the full on the breeze. It was a long ball from Weagle. He got a good piece of it, but it carried the pack and went out of bounds on the full, and the free kick will be taken in front of the canteen that provided us with those wonderful roast beef rolls.
How good were they?
Wow, Sam Rat, the old pulled beef, magnificent. Radcliffe with a bit of a helicopter inside forward 50, coming across. Weagle comes to make good on his mistake and actually marks on the juggle in front of the numerous small structures that have got a good crowd here this afternoon. He goes short to Linehan Cunningham, who goes short to Cockrell. Cockrell with it for the Cats. He's got Minari short if he wants to go to him, but he decides to ignore that and might just bring it along the boundary line. So to the wing he goes. Tomacic's target off a standing start flew but couldn't take the mark. At the hands of the pack forward has been really good for Grovedale this afternoon, and we will get a ball up Tom Gillett comes to the boundary line. Haven't seen much of him yet on his return from WA. But we'll get the ball thrown into the air at true centre wing.
He's going to have to do something about that hair. If he's going to be K-Rock's own, I can tell you right now.
I want to touch it.
No, I don't. He needs a barber. He needs to see Dylan Jose, I think. Now, free kick, barber. Nathan McHugh has taken the free kick from centre wing from the ruck contest for Grovedale. Goes towards half forward. Weagle comes across. Short little kick. Missed the target, which was Cockrell. He's in there again, though, fighting hard for it. Tries to draw a player. Handball over the top. They might be out here at half back. Kick needs to be good. Goes wide. Might be okay. Oh, was that a mark?
Did he pay it?
Cam Edwards,
Oh,
and
he
he's
paid
been
it.
paid. Because he marked the second time out of bounds, but the umpire said, there you go, good effort. Goes towards Day. It's past him into the forward pocket, and Ettridge can't keep it in. And we're going to have a boundary throw in the right forward pocket for Lara. They're 2-2-14. Grovedale 2-2-14.
We'll give that 6-year-old boundary umpire the benefit of the doubt. He was blocked.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been actually able to see that, so he's just got to back his judgment there. Boundary throw, it's a shallow throw in. Day grabbed it out of the ruck, tried to feed a handball to Cockrell next to the boundary line. Thar gave it back to Cockrell. Cockrell steps inside the incoming tackler in McHugh, then sends a kick, top of the square. What's he got? Oh, only Brady Ferguson climbing and marking for the Tigers. 2-2-14 apiece. Double Archbishop Desmond, may he rest in peace. Short into the left back pocket to Deans, who's been busy as well, speedy this afternoon. He might be looking at an Anzac Day medal. Long ball, Abbott his target, just... Ryan Abbott not happy with himself. He dropped the chest mark after doing all the hard work, and there was a bit of self-admonishment would be the best way to describe it.
Andrew throwing right in front of the best seats in the house thanks to APCO service stations. It's going to be a Tom Gillett, K-Rock's own in the ruck against Tomajic. Gets it down real forward, handball to Harms. He looked up before he got the footy. Thar, he gets wrapped up, gets rid of the football as well. And the umpire will come in.
I really hope Billy Ford and Connor Thar spend a lot of time, because I reckon that for Wombat Gully is going to be mouth-watering.
Hey, there's a couple of hard nuts, aren't they?
Oh, they're having a real crack, both of them.
Yep.
So Gillett got it down in the ruck contest. It favoured him. Ford comes in, puts a tackle on again. Pack develops. Still at right half forward for Lara. And it's still 2-2-14 apiece here. We've played 24 minutes. First quarter. Time clock thanks to Bowen Foods.
Tap down from behind. Tomajic roving in the front. Cockrell's been busy. His handball, though, he's had a little bit too much pepper on it. Deans, Ford, trying to just flick it into space for Jeffrey, although the bounce wasn't favourable. He had to wait for it. The Minari took him in a tackle. He got a handball away, stolen by Cockrell. Handball on the up to the skipper, Goodwin, but he turned it over. And now the clearing kick comes for Grovedale. It's going to float about 7 rows back into the crowd off the boot there of Charlie Nelson, and it'll be a free kick to the Cats. So just waiting for it to come back from the crowd for Tomajic. He's now called to play on as he stepped around off his mark, because the way Abbott set himself up, he thought he was actually going behind the mark. Well, Gillett's just hurt himself there. He's just caught one to the backside, kicked towards the goal square. Jose has marked and he'll goal. I was keeping an eye on Tom Gillett after that marking contest, reaching for his glute. And Dylan Jose, as the kick came in, has got his second of the afternoon, and the Cats lead by 6, 3-2-20, playing 2-2-14 opening quarter action. Thanks to Harvey Norman, Cryo and Warren Ponds. Think Harvey Norman for all the big brands at Geelong's best prices.
Yes, he stood in the hole in Tommy Gillett, and he copped a Mitch Day knee in the buttocks, and Mitch Day basically yelled at him and said, if you want to stand in the hole, that's what you're going to get. He yelled at him twice, and I'm tipping they were the words that come out of Mitch's mouth.
It would have been, get out of the way, Tom.
Exactly right.
Or you're going to cop what's coming.
That's right. You've got another bum cheek I haven't got yet, so you keep standing there, I'll get that one too.
Al gets it down from the middle beautifully. They come, Lara go deep for, that's a goal. Has it run? Oh, wow, that was straight from the middle.
CLC.
And it was, it was Connor Lenihan Cunningham. He's put it through for one behind. So the breeze certainly helping it there. 3-3-21. Lara, they lead Grovedale 2-2-14. Harvey Norman, K-Rock. First quarter scoreboard.
Nobody was happier than the GDFL commentators when they didn't have to call Bryce and Connor playing for Werribee Centrals, because they have to give full name to differentiate them. And that it's a mouthful in hand Cunningham as it is. Correct. It's out of bounds from the long kick in off hands, and we'll get a boundary throw in front of our best seats in the house. This is for APCO service stations. Win 5K to spend your way at APCO now. Boundary umpire No pressure on him as he hurls it back into play in front of the AFL Barwon TV cameras. Gillett went the backhander out of fresh airy. Bell then knocked it straight into the path of Nathan Deans, who then kicked it out in the full. So can we have the last fifth? Yeah, not the breeze is pushing the ball. We got the old warm northerly blowing off the Yangs, and we've got a free kick at half back for the Cats. Sent towards Bell. Big fly coming, but not hanging on to it was Ettridge. Front of the pack, Harms cleaned up nicely for Grovedale. Gave it to Deans. Let's see if he corrects his mistake this time. His kick went looking for McHugh. He's claimed it down low. Hamlin Hanger contender. That is a slips catch of some quality from Nathan McHugh as he was able to just hold it up.
So McHugh goes lateral and back, and they come through Schultz, who goes further afield back to McCarthy, goes to the outer side, so they've switched the ball, and Wiskin takes the mark for Grovedale, goes wide, mark, under pressure, taken, coming up to it was Jose on the mark, short little kick, Morant goes short to White on centre wing, so just a bit of slow play now for Grovedale. There's two blokes behind Harrison White as he's going to go and kick this, so Lara have flooded back. He goes with a spearing pass towards half forward. Ford, good pick up on the half volley, close to the boundary line, might try and get it back. Grovedale working hard in their half forward zone to try and keep it in their hose. Nelson got one high. The umpire said it's going to be held in. And Ho's got one high as well, I think, so it's pretty willing over there at half forward. The Tigers into attack.
28 minutes almost played on the Barwon Foods time clock. Bell won the tap down. Here's Thar doing the roving through traffic. A handball. Gunther stepped through a tackle, then a handball release. Are away, are they? Linehan Cunningham, a driving ball. Won't have the carry to get past Radcliffe, who went back with the flight and took a really good mark. And then laterally he kicks. It's okay. It's weighted onto the chest of Rory Quinn, who's just inside defensive 50, saying, let's just slow things down for the moment. Quinn now will drive a kick to the wing. Harms or taking the mark right on the siren is Tommy Stephen, and that is quarter time here at Bisanella Oval. An entertaining opening term where Lara holds a 7-point buffer. 3-3-21 they lead, playing Grovedale 2-2-14 that opening term, thanks to Harvey Norman, Crow and Warren Ponds. We'll take a break from here at Bisanella Oval on a Sunday afternoon. It's a very beautiful afternoon for South Point Garden Supplies, and it is Lara holding a 7-point advantage. Back shortly, thanks to APCO Service Stations. Live, breathe, K-Rock Footy.
Don't wait for the freshest fish and seafood to bite. Barwon Foods has a shipload now. It doesn't get any fresher. Check out Barwon Foods fresh oysters shucked on site, mussels, prawns, crays cooked on premises, and all your favourite fish, chosen by all the best restaurants in town. Barwon Foods also sells direct to you at wholesale prices. Great savings, great seafood since 1978. That's Barwon Foods. See the retail shop and get fresh fast. Donga Road, North Geelong.
BarwonFoods.com.
Harvey Norman, the home.
get out. Kirsch, what did you make of that opening term of action? You're keeping some numbers for Kerrs higher. What are some of the stats telling you in terms of clearances, centre clearances inside 50s?
Yeah, well, early on it was all Lara's going, particularly with the first 5 or 6 inside forward 50s. They were also 4 zip in way off clearances as well around the ground, but it's where Grovedale sort of got back on top. Abbott went back in the ruck for a while after Cooper Lynch got injured, and they had 4 in a row clearances, which got them inside 50 a little bit more, and they had a better look at it. They lead the clearances 10-7 in favour of Lara Grovedale, but Lara have the sway inside 50 with 12 v 10, but it's the intercept marks are the ones that are of interest, and Lara have got 6 intercept marks to 3 at the moment, so they're getting the ball back pretty quick and getting it back inside their forward half. So a bit of an interesting game. It's a bit up and down at the moment, so the game will open up and we might see some free-flowing football and some more marks inside forward 50 as the big fellas get a hold of this game.
What's Cooper White done? Birchie, where are you? If you get a chance to get to... What's Cooper done? He's got the old arm and a little... I've never seen that before. Sort of RoboCop sort of arrangement. Not exactly sure about that. Birchie, Danny, you've got Jacob Spalding standing next to you, and he might be able to give us a bit of an update about young Cooper Leach.
Deal with Cooper Leach sustaining an injury early on there. How's that forced you to restructure with your big man stocks?
Yeah, we'll just have to get a little bit creative. So you'll see Nathan McHugh do a bit of ruck work and go through the centre bounce stuff. And yeah, it's just a challenge for our 3 tall blokes now to try and compete as best they can.
So Tommy Gillett will obviously spend a bit more time in the ruck to help Ryan Abbott out instead of being forward. So you're going to be relying on the other forwards to carry a bit of that load now.
Yeah, that's right. So we're going to have to try and find some goals from other avenues, which I think we're capable of. But yeah, we're certainly in the game at this point in time, which is good. Unlucky for Cooper to go down, but we'll box on.
How much do you reckon's in that breeze?
I reckon it's 3 or 4 goals, Joan. If you can get out that top side and play some decent footy with it, I think you can score pretty quickly. So that's our aim right now.
Excellent. Good luck for the second quarter.
Thank you to Jacob Spalding with Jane Birch. Thank you, Birchie, for South Point Garden Supplies, and it's into attack for Morris Business Class Finance for Grovedale straight away from the centre bounce.
Yes, Harrison White kicked it long from a free kick in the middle, but only found Daniel Weigel, who is working back off Tom Gillett, so he's able to take the mark and come broadcast side. It's a great kick, fantastic kick. Cam Edwards just had to mark it because Daniel Weigel put it on his chest, so right in front of the best seats in the house thanks to APCO Service Stations. Edwards called to play on, chips the ball, is okay. Tomacic had to reach for it and did so, still on centre wing. He measures the pass in the middle, missed the target, coming back the other way. Deans for Grovedale, can he pick it up? He can. Great little handball. Now they go long inside 50. Gillett to run back, get it, no, won't sit for him, needs some support, got it too. Hodgson gets around in the right forward pocket, he gets pushed as he kicked it, and getting back there to help out was Reynolds for Lara, and he's taken the mark in the last line of defence for the Cats.
Can't get much further back, he'll go the corridor. Linehan Cunningham, it's an attacking kick there from Reynolds, but he wasn't able to take the advantage. Shoots to the mark, but Linehan Cunningham went short, found a marking target in Stone. Stone's got it back edge of the centre square, wants to use his pace to run away from Abbott and then drive the Cats towards forward 50, and Day once again a 2-on-1, but at the base of the pack. Chance here for the Cats through Bailey. Harvey after he got the kick away was dumped.
Yeah, he was.
And he's going to win a free kick. It's going to be down ground, and they are going to have a shot at goal. Was it Will Ford, the offending player?
Jack Cook.
Or Jack Cook,
yeah.
with Jack Cook. So goal umpire and field umpire discussing. It's actually going to be a very tight angle because where the ball ended up was actually flying through from for a behind. So the player that's going to have the shot at goal is Tomacic, and he's going to be put on at a very acute angle. So where does he go here? Does he go with the left foot J curve, right foot banana? What is Tomacic? He's got to think his way through this.
That was after his last kick, Kingy, was a turnover in the corridor, so this could go anywhere.
13-point lead, he goes with the left foot, and he's missed to his near side. So a missed opportunity there for the Cats, and the margin is 8. They're 3-4-22, Grovedale 2-2-14, 2 minutes 20 played on the Barwon Foods second quarter time clock.
They play on quickly too, Grovedale, run around the outside, centre wing position now. They try and get it up towards Hodgson, and handballs over top. Deans has to sit and wait for it. Oh, it got away. Got the handball away. Ford came and helped him out and got around as well. Got it back to Jeffrey off a step. They're at half forward. It's all Lara though, getting back there. Weigel, his name written on. He bought a raffle ticket inside, and he won that raffle quite easily. And they're going to be able to switch the ball because they've got the numbers behind, and they can run through half back. Oh, that's a high kick. That's dangerous towards half forward, and it's all Grovedale coming the other way. And they're going to be able to bring it back in. The ball, missed the target. Quinn missed the target. He had Jack Chute by himself with a invitation to give it to him, and he unfortunately didn't hit it, and it's going to be a boundary throw-in, so probably the second best of a boundary throw-in.
They've had 5 inside forward 50s this quarter, Jace. 3 of them were intercept marked, and 2 of them were turnovers that have gone to the boundary.
Ball back into play. Bell. He's going to do it actually uncontested, the ruck work. He tapped it straight into nearly the waiting arms of Harms. He's going to come up with the footy Harms for the Tigers. Handball off to Stephen. Stephen with a flying shot at goal is going to go across the face. Weagle trying to get a handle on the footy, floating away from him. Did okay, but he turned the kick over straight onto the chest of Blake Hodgson, who's got it under the scoreboard in the left forward pocket at the northern end of the ground. So Blake Hodgson, a goal already this year. Just the 6th game of his young GFNL senior career. Man on the mark, stands about 30 from goal. Hodgson with the shot, and I tell you what, he just missed.
He clapped it, did he?
He was happy with it. So was Tom Gillett at the top of the goal square, but it's missed to his near side, the left-hand side, and through for a minor score. In the margin is 7. 2-3-15 Grovedale. Second quarter K-Rock. Morris Business Class Finance scoreboard. Lara 3-4-22. Upgrade to Morris Business Class Finance by calling 1300 for Morris. Oh, Weagle kicks in.
Terrible kick at the moment. Get into handball, Jace, out of fullback.
Comes towards the best seats in the house thanks to APCO Service Stations. Rory Quinn puts the tackle on. Bailey Etridge not going anywhere. And it's going to be umpire Harry Emerson with the boundary throw-in. Come on, Emma. Let's have a look at his boundary work.
He's smiling too. He likes his work.
Yeah, likes it. Oh, good boundary throw-in too.
Sunscreen on.
Abbott gets it down to Deans. Familiar.
That's how you kick it. Inside forward 50, Jace.
So Charlie Nelson is a left footer. He's 50 from goal. If he uses the breeze here, he can kick this. He goes with his right foot if you don't mind. And, squeezed the ball about 30 out, but Lara had the numbers. It comes to Reynolds. He goes with a kick. He tries to, ding a bell by himself. Point of the centre square. Gives it away by hand to Thar, who had to stop and wait for it. He gets the kick longer. No mark taken. Tomajic handball to Etridge. He's on the out now. Right foot kick back to the top. And Day gets some separation. Can't take the mark. Ferguson wrapped up by Day. Pulled the ground. Umpire said play on. It's gone up a notch at centre half forward. Was that holding the ball?
Yes,
it was. And a free kick's going to come back. And
I reckon that's a square up.
Yeah, for the one he missed. And it's coming back to Aaron Stone at centre half forward for Lara.
The second best number 16 to wear that jumper on this ground, that's for sure. Son of the coach.
Have a listen to him.
Stone.
Little Rock. They call him Pebble.
That's Geordie.
Pebble.
Aaron Stone swings out on his left boot, tries to get distance, won't have enough carry. Front of the packet will be cleaned up. Quinn, although a little soccer off the ground coming, and I reckon there's a goal there. I reckon it's Josh Smith who's been able to soccer that through, and you can tell it's a Smith because they all move the same way, Kirsch.
They do.
And he soccered it through and got the Cats. He's got them out to now a 13-point lead. They on the second quarter K-Rock Morris Business Class Finance scoreboard. It's asset lending the way it should be. Lara 4-4-28. Grovedale 2-3-15. 6.5 minutes played in this second quarter of action from Bisanella Oval. KRockFootball.live. Thanks to APCO Service Stations. Win 5K to spend your way at APCO now.
Pretty defensively poor them when the ball hit the ground. You really got to knock that through or just clear it from your area, and they were just happy for that ball to bobble around, and Josh Smith doesn't need too many invitations to kick a goal and celebrate, that's for sure.
Both ruckmen get a hand to it in the middle, White wrapped up by Stone, who basically puts a saddle on him and starts riding him in the third at Werribee. He was that far into him, so he got up now. Bell in front. Abbott though used the body beautifully and got the handball away to Harms. His right foot kick, that's better. Nelson dropped the mark he should have taken. And now his second effort was all right though. He got the handball out. Who's he got? He gets a handball further forward, has to sit because that's holding the ball. So Lara doing nicely across half back far. He has to play on now because he kept going, so he gives it back. He gets the 1-2. He's on his left. He measures the pass beautifully, and taking the mark is Judd for Lara. He goes back in board. Smith, the last goal scorer, takes it right on half back now for the Cats.
Kick to the wing, and Etridge has got busy over the last quarter and a bit. He'll drive it long towards Day. He'll have to fly from behind. Good spoil at the front, knocking it away from Wiskin. Abbott, the unlikely rover. A handball to Jeffrey. Jeffrey, a handball. Wiskin outside of the right boot. It's a scrambly ball that'll roll towards the boundary line. McHugh. Well, there's a bit going on now because there's a Cat who was more interested in McHugh than the footy. They're in their own private war. The footy's on true centre wing. Keep an eye on that, Jace, as it spills out now. Chance for Reynolds to send the Cats forward. On the bounce, Day will attack it. He'll try and get a handball release. There's a little drop kick that's holding the ball. And now we'll see that their little dust-up has broken up. Josh Smith. I was going to say, was it Josh Smith, was it?
Shocked.
Shocked. Free kick ends up with Ferguson. Ferguson now a kick for space, stretching and marking. Out there is Hodgson with the footy. What's he got forward? Gillett demanding it. O'Brien tracking his every move. Now he wants it back to the goal square. He's going to have to get moving now, so he sends a kick to about 20 out. Gillett will come with just crash the pack. He had no intention of getting anywhere near the footy, Tommy Gillett, and it's gone through for a behind that long kick from Hodgson, and the margin is 12. 4-4-28, 2-4-16, 8 3/4 minutes played on the Bowen Food second quarter time clock. Bowen Food sells the freshest fish direct to you, Donga Road, North Geelong. I highly recommend those freshly shucked oysters.
Short little kick into Stone, takes the mark. For the Cats, handballs are back to Gunther, who ran past, who kicked it in, goes wide, looking for Ryan Bell. It's past him, and it's out of bounds. Boundary throw in, centre wing, broadcast side. I reckon you might need to tell your coach friend that he needs to put somebody on Dan Weigel, because he is absolutely murdering them.
Well, he's a defender, Jace. He needs to be on someone.
Well, somebody's got to be near him, because he is, look at him, he is...
I can see this.
He has an infection, he must have.
He does. He's had 4 intercept marks this quarter alone, let me tell you. But they want him to kick.
Are they happy though?
Driver-like.
Are they happy to roll somebody up extra to the stoppage?
That's what they look like they're doing. They're bringing the extra number up, so Gillett has to then engage, and that creates a +1 no matter what. So they've got to be a bit smarter with their ball entry going inside their forward 50. It's 9-3 inside forward 50's Grovedale's way, but they're wasting it by giving the ball back.
Oh, just like that.
Just like that, and that's the 6th out on the full.
For Curse High, 100% locally owned and operated in Geelong. Sam Radcliffe's high kick left a little bit to be desired. Aaron Stone with the resultant free kick for the Cats. True centre wing. Spent the pre-season with Geelong VFL, didn't make the list. Big fly Tomacic off the hands of the pack. Etridge, nice release. Linehan Cunningham on the left boot sends it to Day. He just worked Ferguson under the footy. There's a cat down in back play. Keep an eye on that, Birchie, for St John of God. But Mitch Day, an opportunity to go back and have a shot at goal. It's Josh Smith, who is fine.
He shoved
you would need a battering ram to stop Josh Smith.
Absolutely, and that's exactly right. If you can get the ball at least quick into Mitch Day, we've seen today that he's had 3 or 4 on him at any given time, and it's the slow ball movement or the long high kick that you go to him that they know they're going to peel off and just go to him. So get it in one-on-one gives him a chance.
Mitch Day coming off 3 goals last week in his first game of the year for the Cats, and he's made no mistake there. A player of his quality, Mitch Day, kicks the major, playing game 133 this afternoon. Kirsch, that's goal 274 of his career. He's racking up some big numbers, and you've got to remember he spent some of his best years playing in the Bellarine at Geelong Amateur, where he won an Ash medal, of course, and led the goal kicking for Amos. 5-4-34, 18-point buffer now for the Cats. Grovedale 2-4-16 in this second term, thanks to Morris Business Class Finance.
Absolutely, and look, over the last X amount of years, it's really been Mitch Day focus going inside their forward 50. So they've got that other big there with Dan Lowther when he plays. Tomacic has now gone down there as an extra big, so there's an extra focal point to try and get those one-on-ones more consistently with him.
Abbott to Deans to Ford, out of the middle for Grovedale. Jeffrey with the kick. Oh, over the back. He is racking them up, Weigel. And he's 3 foot taller than Angus Hose, unfortunately, there. Was able to take the mark second in line. And will be able to drive the ball back towards centre wing with the kick. Again, the breeze. Out towards Attridge. I had the name written on it as well, and plays on quickly. Goes towards half forward. Day on a lead. Great mark. Centre half forward. Oh,
hit him in the head.
Falcons Nathan McHugh, who, but the ball goes in the end towards Gunther, a long way from where he normally is in defence, and he puts it through for one behind. So great movement of the footy until it falconed into Nathan McHugh's head. 5-5-35 Lara, Grovedale 2-4-16 Morris Business Class Finance. K-Rock second quarter scoreboard.
We needed ball tracker on that ball to see where it would have gone if it didn't hit him in the noggin.
That's right.
McCarthy will go very, very long and very, very wide, asking for a mark. Up went McHugh, couldn't hang on to it. Little boot forward Hodgson, but they're going to turn it over here. The Cats, after winning the footy, back to Deans. He caught one high, surely getting a free kick against Jake Smith. He's a little bit sore there, Nathan Deans. Did cop a poke in the eye potentially for St John of God. Takes a lot to bring Speedy down. He will pick himself up and dust himself off, the veteran Tiger. It's reaching actually at the back of his neck. He's okay.
He's been a GFL great, Kingy, hasn't he? Not just a Grovedale great.
He drives a kick, looking for Gillett on the lead. Good spoil. O'Brien knocked it away. Cats have got numbers there, although Nelson came in, tried to knock it out of the pack. Umpire said, give it to me. I'll ball it up. Top of the 50-metre arc, or just inside 50, in fact, with the Tigers, who trail by 19 in attack and needing a goal.
Bell gets it down for Lara. Ball spills free. The kick back towards the middle. Cats have got the numbers 3-on-2, but Grovedale came and then Morant got it out wide with the left foot. Ford had to sit and wait for it. Cockrell comes at him. High tackle. Should be a free kick. Is Will Ford. Bailey Cockrell. He wanted to dispute that. Can't believe the call. Ford. Right foot kick high. Oh, that is just made for Weagle. He goes up. Free kick. Hold though. Umpire said. And Grovedale's going to have the free kick. And I think it's Ryan Abbott with the free.
Jay, so I'm not sure about these inside 50s. Look, they've had 10 or 11 this quarter already. I haven't counted them up quickly, but they've had a couple since the last update. It's the long bomb every time. Gillett is not going to mark it every time, and neither is Abbott, no matter who you're playing against. You've got to lower your eyes and at least hit up some other targets.
So Ryan Abbott gets a free kick, 20 metres out directly in front, and the Tigers need this goal. They trail by 19. He needs to put this through for his second of the afternoon. The goal umpire doesn't move. So Ryan Abbott helps out the Tigers. They go to 3-4-22. Trail Lara 5-5-35. Morris at Business Class Finance. K-Rock second quarter scoreboard. It's asset lending the way it should be. Call 1300-4-Morris to upgrade to Business Class Finance. And in the experts chair, thanks to the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink, sport. Rowley Street, Geelong. Here's Kirsch.
Yeah, I'm not being too harsh on Grovedale. It's just their decision making when they do come inside their forward half to get the ball inside forward 50. Yep, you want to use the breeze and launch and get it inside your forward 50 when you got the bigs, but you also have to be smart and lower the eyes at times and hit up some other targets, because Weagle's taken 5 intercept marks this quarter alone, let alone for the whole game, Jace, which is probably sitting on about 7 or 8 already. So just lower your eyes a little bit and you'll get more value with your inside 50 opportunities.
You want to Kerr's highest stat? Thanks to Simon Hose, Grovedale co-president. Grovedale's A-grade netball have won for the first time since round 10 2019, 1,772 days.
Wow.
Well done. That's great.
Well done to the Tigers A-grade netball as they try to rejuvenate that section of their club.
That's great.
Hosco's just down in front of us. Does some of his best work on social media too. Double pit palm down by Bell it was, but they're going to come up with it here, Grovedale. Handball out wide, missed its target in Jeffrey, but here's Deans again, who's been a live wire. Kick into the path of Harms. Harms will have to just hope it sits up nicely, and it did for him. His little kick, though, didn't do him any favours for Ford, but there's going to be a downfield free kick, is it? It is. He was pushed after he kicked.
I think Smith got into him, yeah.
By Smith. And the free kick will belong to Billy Ford. Coming off 28 touches, 7 clearances against West last week, did all he could to keep the Tigers in the contest. Man on the mark, about 45 from goal, if that is a 50, so he'll kick from 49. He's hung it out to the left to work it back on the breeze. It's not a bad effort. Abbott flew on the line, couldn't mark. Happy to rush it through from behind is Cody Beckley, a minor score for Grovedale. A rush behind for the Tigers, and the margin is 12, 35-23.
Quick Eagles turned it over again.
Quick kick in, and Chute couldn't take the mark. So it's going to come back. Free kicks are going to go to Minari for the Cats.
Sounds like 2 Formula 1 cars brought together, Ferrari and Minardi.
Minari goes towards centre wing. Oh, Ettridge imposing himself across wing half forward at the moment. Bailey Ettridge plays on now, takes the mark, goes long. It's a 2-on-2 day. It's past him. It's also past Jose, and running past is Connor Tharr with the right foot kick outside of the right boot and across the face of goal through for 1 behind to him. So the Cats go to 5-6-36. They lead Grovedale 3-5-23. Morris Business Class Finance, K-Rock second quarter scoreboard.
Surprised Tharr didn't tuck that under the shoulder and just go.
Yep.
Yeah. Long ball from the kick in for Gillett, couldn't mark. Cody Beckley back there for Lara. Handball went backwards, asks a lot of Tomacic. He turned and snapped a kick around his body and barely went 15, but Gunther has taken the mark in front of the old scoreboard here at Lara. It just sits there as a relic of the past. Does the old manual scoreboard, giving way to new technology. A long ball into the right forward pocket, spoil from behind from Quinn, knocked it to ground level, front of the pack. Hodgson, or Wiskin is Wiskin for Grovedale, and he's held up. We'll get a ball up. Right forward pocket. Shoot to do the ruck work against Day, horribly outsized. Day, they couldn't hit a target. He tried to get it towards Aaron Stone, and Stone overran the footy, and Shoot, who did the ruck work, now picks up the loose footy, drives it to the wing, off the hands of Abbott. Ford just hacks it forward, and it'll be a foot race now. Tracking it back is Cambridge. He'll have a couple of Tigers for company. Ball got away from him. Hodgson a handball back. Abbott a dinky little kick over the top. That's well thought through, and the mark taken on the chest there by Charlie Nelson.
He didn't panic, did he, Kirsch?
No, he didn't, and that's exactly right, because there was players coming at him with frontal pressure, and you're right, and you clapped Jason, rightly so, because we just spoke about the decision-making of them going inside forward.
Well, Ford just saying, well, I'll get this forward and then just
100%.
See where my numbers are, and it was 3-on-1 and
taking a foot chase.
This to bring the margin back to 7 as it was at quarter time. Charlie Nelson playing just his second game, an ex-Falcon, 4 games and a goal for the Falcons in 2022, has pushed it across the face with the breeze, and that is a minor score, and the margin is again 12. 5-6-36, plays 3-6-24 on the second quarter. K-Rock Morris Business Class Finance scoreboard. It's asset lending the way it should be, Jace. Call 1300-4-MORRIS to upgrade to Business Class Finance.
Gunther to play on from fullback and come broadcast side, looking for Weagle. Doesn't one hand as well. Hold, whatever. Oh, wowee. Daniel Weagle.
I thought it was a hold.
So did I. I thought it was a free kick to Weagle, but it's to forward. So he kicks long and high. Back inside 50. Gillett from third in line. Falls to the side of the pack. Abbott can't pick it up. Ho's got one high. Umpire says play on.
Yes, no.
The umpire was right there. Okay, well, Angus Hose doesn't get a free kick. It's going to be ball up, right forward pocket. Grovedale into attack.
And trailing by 12. Abbott to do the ruck work. Tomachich won the tap down. Weagle, the clearing kick. It'll bounce just inside the field of play. In fact, it'll pitch back into the arms of Nick McHugh, who, with no composure, puts it out of bounds on the full. Not for the first time this afternoon.
Nope.
How many now is that for Kerrs Hire?
We're up to 7 with Grovedale having 5.
And they've all been on this broadcast side of the ground.
Yep, wake up, boys. It's where the ball's going.
That hard. He did say the play would be on this side of the ground with the South Point Garden Supplies ground report with the breeze. Weagle, this is better. Well, a bit of a helicopter. Tomachich went with the one hand. Thar did the roving off the side of the pack. His kick will flirt with the boundary line. He's asking Cockrell to use his leg speed, and he does. He pushed Wiskin off the footy, but ran straight into a Ferguson tackle. That is a special from Brady Ferguson. Great tackle, and we'll get a ball up.
Not sure why that wasn't holding the ball.
And Brady Ferguson probably asking the same thing.
It confuses me more and more each week, Jace, you know that?
Yes, I know. Bell gets it down for Lara. Thar roving again, gets the handball out. Dangerous because Grovedale had some numbers around the footy. Now the balls keep going with it though. Kick around the corner came.
That's a great goal.
Come from Billy Goodwin, who just kept running, forcing the footy and getting past a couple of Grovedale defenders, and he was able to finish it off and kick the goal. So great finish from Billy. And they just kept moving the ball. Ryan Bell and also Connor Thar, who's had plenty of the football in this first half, was able to push it forward, and Billy Goodwin did the rest about 30 metres out from goal. And the scoreboard has died here at Biznella Oval, so maybe they should go back
to the old manual one.
They might have to put it back into action.
Well, good play there by Lara, because they got the ball out of the congestion, they got it to the outside of the stoppage, and they got a goal from the stoppage. So they're just starting to get a little on top of the clearances. They've won the last 3, Lara, so that's an area where they just scored from. So that's their strong point at the moment.
I think 6-6 playing 3-6 for Morris Business Class Finance. Margin is 18. Bouncing ball to the wing. Harms for Grovedale. Handball fired forward. Shoot back to Harms. Harms loops it over the top. Deans just see something out the corner of his eye. Goes to a one-on-one. Stephen was one of those ones but couldn't mark. Knocked down by Cambridge. His teammate though in Reynolds overran the footy. Helping out was O'Brien. They've done well to get out of defensive 50 with a long ball, and Bell stretches and marks. Handball release. Goodwin, the goal kicker, the skipper with the footy, sends a kick very, very wide. And Jose, this is a good build-up from the Cats. Day will be the target, you would suspect. Sends it long in that direction. Back with the flight. Daisy couldn't mark, but there's good mark back there. A Hamlin hanger contender. Defensively taken out there by Quinn, who quickly wants to bring it to Harms on the broadcast wing. Tigers are out now.
He takes the mark and he runs, goes with the... Oh, it's a terrible kick off the boot. Gillett has to come, and Reynolds comes the other way. In fact, it's O'Brien. He goes with the kick, and he's wide open in the middle. They are able to take the mark and move it on quickly. Stone wants to get on that left, goes into the pocket, and Quinn in front, and it's just
turnover turnover at the moment.
Kick to kick here. Quinn wants to switch the play opposite side. McCarthy takes the mark. In fact, it's Morant. Morant takes it and goes long towards centre wing. Missed the target, missed everybody in the end. Reynolds was there for Lara. Handball over the top. Ryan Bell has to stretch and get it. The big ruckman gets it around the corner. It's okay. And they've got it towards centre and towards half forward. They want to play on quickly coming in. That's better delivery.
That's
Mitch
much better.
Day. He narrowed the vision and got it to Mitch Day, and the big fella will take a set shot for goal on the right side for a right footer with this breeze. He's about 45 metres out.
Yeah, like you called it, much better build up, lower the eyes, give it that entry. There was a bit of space for him to lead into, which there hasn't been. So we saw the last 4 or 5 intercept marks just going back and forth inside forward 50, and lo and behold, the first one, the lower your eyes and hit up a target.
So Mitch Day to have a set shot for goal. Right foot kick. Distance will not be the problem. Accuracy won't be either. Brings it back beautifully with the breeze and puts it through for his second of the afternoon. So they go to 7-6-48 now. Lara, they lead Grovedale 3-6-24. Morris Business Class Finance. K-Rock. Second quarter scoreboard. It's asset lending the way it should be. Call 1304 Morris to upgrade to Business Class Finance.
Well, the difference at the moment is, and I have spoke about it the last couple of entries, but Harms's entry coming into the forward line to Gillett, it comes off his knee. He's clear on his own with no pressure, and it was a terrible ball inside forward 50. Ben O'Brien attacks it really well. They go at the other end, lower the eyes, and hit Mitch Day on an absolute wonderful lead. That's the difference in level of skill at the moment in this game of footy.
Back in the middle, Bell wins the tap down against Abbott. Jammed on the boot, and a little kick that will roll forward from forward, picked up by Abbott. Big high fend, but the umpire didn't see it that way. Handballed at Chute. Chute with a flying shot has pushed it badly to the right and just snuck it in for a behind. 3-7 now by my count. No scoreboard. Is absolutely going to have to go manual, I reckon. They got the old manual one. They better go and find the numbers.
And the old the arm for the clock.
the red arm. That's right.
I don't know how long we've gone. We're into time on though here on the Barwon Foods time clock as the long kicking comes towards Ettridge.
Ettridge can't take the mark. Needs some support. Jeffrey coming the other way. Broke a couple of tackles. Right foot kick. Lowered his eyes to Hose on 50. Gets it back into Jeffrey. He followed up. It was touched off the boot to Will Ford now from 50. Left foot kick. Open. Goal.
Hello.
Goal of the day contender from Will Ford. Did well. Followed it up a couple of times and finished it off with his left. And has put his first on the board. And a much needed goal for Grovedale. They go to 4-7-31. They trail Lara 7-6-48. Morris Business Class Finance. K-Rock's second quarter scoreboard.
They've got the old desktop icons up on the scoreboard now, so I don't know if we're getting closer, but just again, that forward entry was poor. They would manage to work it around the arc and then get it to Billy Ford. Now, maybe they should just all kick on their opposite foot like Ford just did then, because it might help the game's skill level. Deviate really much from above the goal umpire's cap, that one.
Bell won the tap down, then did his own roving. A handball on the bounce, back to Smith. Smith for Lara, barrels it inside forward 50, not a great kick, although there's going to be a free kick, I reckon, to Ettridge, given away by McCarthy. And it'll come back to Bailey Ettridge, who is somewhat of an enigmatic player. When he's on, he's really on, Bailey Ettridge. But then you might not see him for 10 to 15 minutes. It's probably a little bit to do with the role he plays too, Kirsch, that starvation corner.
Absolutely. What I've liked about his game, though, today, King, he has got up the ground a little bit more hybrid today, and he's taken some marks on centre wing and being that conduit player, engaging the opposition and get him up the ground. So he could reward himself with a goal here.
Kicked 4 in the corresponding clash last year. Will swing out to the right and start it very, very right, and then hope to have the carry on the pack. It's the pack. Connor Thar.
Was
it Day?
He's
Day somehow in the pack.
Just took one hand.
Yeah, just don't need to.
I saw Thar right there, but Day has managed to somehow gobble it up. And we'll have a shot on his third, and the quick reply in the margin will go back out to 23. Mitch Day, top of the goal square, kicks his third. 3 for Mitch Day. He's having a very good day so far. he'll put himself in medal contention this afternoon as the margin goes out to 23 points. Second quarter, K-Rock, Morris, business class finance scoreboard. It's asset lending the way it should be. Call 1300 for Morris to upgrade to business class finance. Lara 8654, Grovedale 4731.
Yeah, the defenders and the coach won't be too pleased with that, Jace, when you've got a packed situation with 20 players around it and your key forward can take a mark. Not as easy as that. It was a good mark, but you know, have the opportunity to mark like that. So they'd be a bit disappointed without the Grovedale defenders.
So back to the middle. Gillett having a run on the ruck now, and big backhander as well. Gets it forward. Lara putting some good tackling on and holding the ball, said the umpire. So with free kick coming back to Lenahan Cunningham and called to play on. Back into the centre square. One step right foot kick towards half forward. But standing their ground. Grovedale move it wide. Morant, oh, just got it, nearly dropped it. His short little kick was better. As the siren sounds for half-time here at Biznell Oval, and it's Lara. 8-6-54, they lead Grovedale 4-7-31.
Jack Shoot for a moment there was pointing to the umpire, so they might have a shot here, even though he was back of the Weagle. There's a bit going on here. Ford and Weagle are just exchanging pleasantries there for the moment. Weagle just having a couple of kind words to Billy. Might have just said to him, nice goal, a little bit earlier, and Billy might have said, geez, you're winning a lot of the footy, Dan.
Might have said, see you in GCA 1 next year, boys.
Yes, of course, St Peters.
Yes,
on their way up.
Yes,
Billy and Luke have done a good job up there with the cricketing ruse.
They have.
As we head. Are they the ruse in the cricket? Or they're just the Saints in the cricket. They're not the ruse.
line, well, balls inside forward 50. You probably just need a better entries by foot going into your forward half to give your forwards a chance.
Yeah, we spoke about that, Matt. No doubt about that. We had to lower our eyes. Obviously, Dan Weagle's dropping off, and he's a very good player. So if we keep kicking the ball to him, that's going to make life tough for our key forwards.
Numbers might not mean a lot to you, Spotto, but you've got 16 players who've played 20 or less GFNL senior games coming into today.
Yep, no, we are a young team, but that unfortunately is our lot, and that's okay. They'll get a great lesson today and every other week that they play, so hopefully that's part of our education, is getting games into those young fellas. If we can get them to a level that they can play a bit more consistently, then we'll be okay.
Spoldo, we'll let you go. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, man.
Jacob Spalding joining us there. He's about to head to the coach's box. How good is that access? Being able to get that in-game.
Yep. The coaches are so engaging with us, it's fantastic.
Yep. We really appreciate it too. So third quarter to get underway. You can't really hear the siren here. There's a good crowd, and it's thanks to Bowen Timber. It's the Cats by 23. Here's Jason Doherty.
Ryan Bell gets it down with two hands, but unfortunately Will Ford for Grovedale, he goes along with the kick inside, but as Spaldo just said,
don't kick it to him, he said.
Kicking it to Dan Weagle, and what have they done? They've kicked it to Dan Weagle, so he takes the mark. Comes broadcast side looking for Bell, nearly hits him in the head, falls to the front. Stephen with the kick for Grovedale, back across half forward, shoot. Oh, Reynolds, great handling hanger. He just stood there and made sure Shoot was away from the footy, and the ball fell into his arms. He took a good mark, so he did nicely, and he will bring it back towards lateral, half back to Beekmans. He chips the ball. A long lead coming up from Connor Lenahan Cunningham, who goes back inboard. Far takes the mark. We thought about the handball pass to CLC. He goes to Bell, who should have taken the mark in front of Gillett, and Gillett brings the ball back in. He got the handball up, and only as far as Bailey Cockrell. He goes across half forward with the kick over a couple, falls in the arms of Mitch Day, turns right, turns left, short little kick up the chimney, no mark taken. Kick around the corner, Tomicic, open goal square, runs across the ground and through, in fact, over the boundary line in the right forward pocket, and we'll have a throw in.
Gillett started in the ruck. I think they're just trying to get him into the game and get his hands on the ball. It was his first handball for the game in that last passage of play.
For Wombat Gully Plant Farm, but he won't do the ruck work here. Ferguson as the key back against Mitch Day will do that for Wombat Gully Plant Farm. Tap down Day, front of the pack, trying to take it on his way through was Edwards, but had no room to move. Ball will come to the boundary line and out of bounds for a boundary throw in the right forward pocket. Harms is helped out by Cockrell. So about 5 metres around, make it 10 from the right hand behind post. We'll have it hurled back into play. Boundary umpire does his job, and Day works Ferguson off the footy, does his own roving, turns around, snaps down. The breeze should help this. No. The breeze should help this, but it didn't in the end. Had too much bend. Through for a minor score. Would have been some sort of goal from Mitch Day, who's now got 3 goals, 1 for the afternoon. 8:7:55 Lara, 4:7:31 Grovedale, and we have gone on the Bowen Foods time clock about 2 minutes here at Biznella Oval in the third quarter of action.
So Rory Quinn kicks in short, finds McCarthy, draws a play, gives it back to Quinn by hand, who goes to the outer side, centre wing position, good movement of the football. Nelson takes it, comes back inboard to Ford. Now tracking, he was going to go sideways to Deans. He elects to go further afield, going up a couple. Abbott came, Stevens' kick was smothered, Morant was up there too. Now through some traffic, they get it out Lara, and they go with a short little kick out wide. It's okay. Manari takes it, goes along the line. They've got it now. Stone, left foot kick to half forward. It's a 2-on-1. Push past the football. Day. No free kick. Coming back Ferguson to help out for Grovedale. Gives it to Deans. He goes further afield towards centre wing. It's okay. Stephen takes the mark.
Tommy Stephen, the Geelong amateur product, has got it. Just forward of the wing, out of side in front of the old scoreboard that nearly had to be called into action in the second quarter, and the other one did a diff. Kick into the right forward pocket. Abbott couldn't mark, spoiled by O'Brien. The roving front of the pack, Weagle. That's a better kick, and he finds Nick Beekmans. Beekmans goes short into the right back pocket. He's been busy this afternoon as Cockrell takes the mark. Worked really hard, Cockrell. He's got 2 working hard for him, and one of those is Edwards, who marks near the Lara coach's box. It sees the imposing figure of Jerome Beekmans just holding court. along the line, and that was always going out in the full from Edwards. That's a poor kick. And we'll see Brady Ferguson right in front of us here go laterally and short and find McCarthy, who's been very impressive on debut. He's been called to play on as he came off his mark at the point of the square at left half back. He wants Harms, double fister, knocked it away. Good defensive work came from Reynolds. Harms is hurt, by the way. Long kick inside forward 50, not a great kick from Stone after receiving from Linehan Cunningham. Keep an eye on Harms there, Birchie. He is still down and hurting for St John of God.
He got crunched in a one-on-one contest.
So McCarthy runs across the full back line, handballs it. Radcliffe missed the target, which was Dean's, and they're going to make them pay because Tomicic was standing there waiting for an invitation to take the mark. Harvey got it to him, and that was poor from Grovedale from behind the footy.
It was.
And we see Daniel Harms being helped to his feet. I think he's just got winded, actually, and maybe a rib. He's holding his stomach as he comes off, and he got absolutely crunched. So Birchie will keep an eye on that for St John of God. Injury update. And at the other end, Jason Tomicic for his first goal, 2 steps, goal. So that was pretty easy. Bad mistake from Grovedale, deep in defence, and they go to 9-7-61, Lara. Grovedale 4-7-31, Bowen Timber K-Rock, third quarter scoreboard.
He's not a well boy. Down to you, Birchie. You see Daniel Harms coming towards you.
Yeah, he's in a really bad way. A lot of discomfort. Could be some ribs. He even pointed to his left cheek as well. It was a pretty big collision in the middle.
There was nothing untoward from it. Reynolds just came at a rate of knots, and he was a sitting duck, was Daniel Harms.
He's a good-sized boy, Reynolds, too, for a shorter-statured fella. But another turnover, Jason, another score from a turnover, and that's exactly what's killing Grovedale at the moment.
Margin is 30. Bell will go it alone in the ruck one. The tap down far outside of the right hand, a handball. They'll go forward. Linehan Cunningham. Day on a lead. Going back with the flight defensive. Spoil was okay. Knocked into the path of Wiskin as it was knocked down by Jack Cook. He goes wide with the kick though, but asks a lot of Jeffrey. Galen Minari did well. Handball tight against the boundary line. Jose outside of the right boot wants Day. Wonderful from Dylan Jose. Could have easily have blazed away from inside that left forward pocket, but at the corner of the eye saw the imposing figure of Mitch Day, put it onto his chest, and Daisy can go back and have a shot at goal number 4.
Yeah, it's his 6th mark inside forward 50, Kingy, so he is being the big difference down there, and like we keep saying, that's the way the ball's being delivered inside that forward 50 to their key forwards.
All of Kirsch's stats thanks to Kerrs Hire, 100% locally owned and operated in Geelong. This for a 36-point Lara lead, and maybe to shut this game down. Day, deliberate approach, on its way, stayed left and never came right, and that will be a minor score in the margin, 31, 9-8-62. Double Grovedale score, 4-7-31 in this third quarter of action that on the Bowen Foods time clock has gone just on 6.5 minutes.
Full time at People First Stadium as well. The Suns 17-10-1-12 defeated the West Coast Eagles 12-3-75. So the ball, Quinn kicks it in for Grovedale. Much better kick now, and gets it out wide to Ferguson, who takes a bounce, draws a player, and then puts his teammate under pressure. McHugh had to go and fix it up. Ferguson, he did. He handballs it back inboard. They're mucking around with it on centre wing. Now it goes towards half forward with a kick. Oh, Weagle takes the mark. Sporto will be pulling his hair out. He's got none, but it doesn't matter. Cockrell inside 50. Jose over the back. Rory Quinn got back there as well. And it's over the heads and out of bounds for a boundary throw in right forward pocket. The Cats into attack.
Cockrell having some sort of afternoon Kirsch for the Sporting Globe.
He's getting a lot of ball in transition, but the most important thing about him is he's working hard defensively as well.
Right forward pocket, boundary throw in. Lara in attack and leading by 31 in this third quarter thanks to Bowen Timber, your specialists in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in Geelong. From the back of the pack, the rolling ball got away from Wiskin of Grovedale, and then he lost it in the tackle. Head over it was Smith, trying to barge his way through, not going anywhere. We'll get a ball up. Josh Smith with a goal in the second quarter on the goal line that he was able to poach through. 20 out from goal, Abbott and Day. Day just planted himself so Abbott couldn't get a free hit at the ball, and the ball, once it hit the deck, had about 3 players dive on it, and he's not coming out. So umpire quickly again into the air. Abbott from behind winning the tap. Dean's the roving, just fired a handball out beautifully to Ford. Ford just inside defensive 50, outside of the right boot. He's got nothing though. The bouncing ball taken nicely by Bell, the former Swan, puts a high kick to right half forward. Ettridge will come hard, but Ford tracking it did well, and into the fence he goes. And he'll now look to try and hit a target. He goes short to Chute, and Chute's got it. True centre wing on the broadcast side. Best seats in the house, APCO service stations. It's right in front of us.
Short to McHugh. Plays on now. Oh, dangerous. Oh, kicked it. In the end, it got to Cook, so they've tried to switch it to the outer side, and they've done so. Ferguson draws a player. Handball over the top. Schultz. Right foot kick inside 50. Over the head of a couple. Coming out Jeffrey for Grovedale. His handball on the up to Hodgson. Nice little blind turn. A nice little turn, but he got wrapped up a second time and lost the football.
Sling tackle, Jace.
Tackle. Well, that's interesting. Didn't really sling him that much, but he's going to go back. And Tom Gunther's still looking at the umpire going, okay. He's not too sure that was, but Blake Hodgson is going to take the free kick and will shoot for goal from 30 out slide angle. He's kicked 2 behinds this afternoon for the Tigers, and they need this one.
Oh, do they ever?
He comes in. Western end of the ground. Goal umpire doesn't move. That's a good kick. So Blake Hodgson kicks his first of the afternoon. 5th for Grovedale. 5-7-37. Bridge the gap. Back to 25. Lara. 9-8-62. Bowen Timber. K-Rock. Third quarter scoreboard. Your specialist in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region. That's Bowen Timber.
Bit of luck that one, Jace, because that ball coming inside forward 50 was spinning sideways as well. We spoke about their entries and how poor they've been. That was another one. So lucky they got a free kick out of that, so they had an opportunity to score, which they did. They need another couple of those, Jace, to get themselves back in the game.
Beautiful afternoon here. This delayed autumn afternoon as we get towards the back end of April and ready for the month of May, where things really start to heat up. Beautiful tap down by Bell, but the roving of Chute unbelievably good. Sends it long, too much on the kick for Gillett over his head. Gillett was more than happy for it just to be set on his head in a one-on-one with O'Brien rather than leading up at the footy.
But what chances are given when you're kicking it over their heads like that?
They just seem to just carry on the breeze away from Gillett. Bell plants himself in the ruck contest. Gillett got rid of him. That'll be a free kick against Tommy Gillett. It hasn't been his afternoon as he gives away a free kick. Bell, a handball to Thar. Here's Cockrell again, who's been really good this afternoon, and he's driving a kick long. Ettridge has got behind his opponent in McCarthy. Couldn't complete the mark, but he found the loose foot. He slung in the tackle. Doing well, getting out of trouble there was Judd, but his little kick was cut off, knocked down by Cook. He'll pick up the loose footy after McHugh had a fumble. McCarthy, too much on the kick. Open the door, no. Morant did well, and then it bounced, and a second bounce right through the middle of Bisanella Oval. Driving it long, one-on-one. Gillett, that'll suit him, but he couldn't take the mark. Was well played by O'Brien. Kept it in front of himself, then knocked it into the path of a teammate in Smith. Smith a handball on the up. They'll look to get out of trouble. Here they do. Thar, his kick will flirt with the boundary line. In fact, it'll go out on the full. How many out on the fulls now this afternoon for Kerrs Hire, please, Jace?
That is 9 and 5 for Grovedale, 4 for Lara.
So the ball back across half back for Grovedale. Ferguson kicks it to McHugh. Had to make up a bit of ground. Switch the ball out wide. And, Quinn dropped the mark. He should have taken Jose. He taps it on. Can he keep it? Quinn goes over there. He's on hands and knees. He taps it back, but it's all Lara coming the other way. Tomicic gets it on the up towards half forward. Getting back there to help out McHugh for Grovedale. Gives it to McCarthy. Right foot kick to centre wing in front of Weagle. Give him the medal. He's taken it on centre wing again, and he has...
It's either him, Thar, or Cockrell, isn't it?
So they can get a third each.
Well, if Weagle can hit a target, we'll give it to him.
Okay. Well, he didn't hit a target there, so we're not giving it to him yet. So they're going to have a ball up on centre wing on the outer side. It's 9-8-62, Lara, Grovedale 5-7-37. We've played 12 minutes in this third term time clock thanks to Bowen Foods.
Abbott a nice tap down to Chute. Chute will send Grovedale forward, but the kicker too much on it for Nelson, and the mark taken by Weagle again. Can he hit a target here, Jace? He's got Thar presenting short.
If he doesn't, he's not getting the medal.
Drives a kick long, and he finds Bell, who on the juggle takes the mark. That was a beautiful kick. And then a handball to Stone, providing a run, a bit of a burst, and then a kick inside 50 that was poor. He put it straight onto the chest of Quinn. Quinn kicks to centre half back, and Jeffrey has marked it true centre half back. Tigers trail by 25. Can they get some momentum in the second half of this third quarter? A lead from Stephen. He marks, swings onto his non-preferred left. Gillett just looks impeded a bit on the lead. Doesn't look like it's moving freely at all. and it's fisted out of bounds for a boundary throw in left forward pocket. Grovedale in attack to the western end of the ground, which is bathed in sunshine. Lara 62, Grovedale 37 on the K-Rock third quarter Bowen Timber scoreboard, your specialists in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region.
Abbott gets the ball back in the ruck contest. McHugh, but rode by Cockrell. Gives it by hand to Thar. Nice little feet. And then right foot kick across half back is okay in the end. Ford couldn't get there quick enough. And Minari takes the mark. Plays on now. Short little kick. In fact, it might have been Beckley. He goes short and he's turned the ball over. So now Will Jeffrey for Grovedale. He's on centre wing. They need something out of this, the Tigers. Goes to the right foot kick into the pocket. Abbott's there and used the body well. Ryan Abbott just pushed Gunther past the football and just kept the space and took the mark, and will have a set shot for his third.
Yeah, just watching Gillett's leading patterns at the moment, and he's not menacing on his leads like he used to be.
He's got a right calf heavily strapped.
Yeah, okay.
Is that his protection though for when he rucks?
No, it's
I don't know whether it's the Mitch Day knee in the buttocks in the first contest of the day, but he certainly doesn't lead with much authority at the minute.
So Ryan Abbott has kicked 2 this afternoon. This for Grovedale's 6th. A bit skinny, I think. Yeah. And he's put it through 2 goals to his personal tally. 5-8-38 now the Tigers. They trail Lara 9-8. 62 Bowen Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
They're not going to lose because of the efforts of Ryan Abbott, Grovedale, but he needs to find some mates. Weagle will bring the ball back into play, just sends it towards a long lead of Day. In fact, Edwards is able to mark on his chest. So nice delivery from Weagle, and that puts him back in medal contention. Edwards. Lateral short kick finds Gunther. Gunther wants centre half back. It's a very, very dangerous kick, but it's going to work out all right. Beckley, a handball over the top. Releases Harvey. Long ball. Jose out the back, should mark on the chest. Couldn't take the mark. Can he soccer off the ground? Quinn's played this really well to get that through for a rush behind. Well done by Quinn, going back with the flight. Didn't make front on contact. Worried Jose out of the mark, and then happened to get a little bit of concession as he knocked it through for a minor score. 9-9-63, playing 5-8-38.
A quick kick in by Quinn. Came to McHugh, he went to McCarthy, so still inside defensive 50 for Grovedale, called to play on now, down the line towards centre wing. Jeffrey over the back, runs away from him, and also Connor Linehan Cunningham. And what a boundary thrown on centre wing.
Wouldn't Mitch Chafer be handy right now for...
Yep.
But you could say that about Dev Smith too. Dev's playing for Lara right now. I suppose they might cancel each other out.
Boundary throw in Abbott in front, trying to get it down, nearly did his own roving work. Kicked out by Tomatic. Thar, close to the boundary line. Deans worried him out of it. Handball, back to shoot. High kick towards half forward. No mark taken. Abbott does the roving work this time. Through the middle. Kick around the corner. Lara high up the chimney, and nobody really wants to go at it. So they didn't. And then there was a push. There was a Shepherd and free kick. Lara's going to take it. It's going to be Linehan Cunningham. Goes to Aaron Stone, still on centre wing.
Stone benefiting from that VFL pre-season. A long ball inside 50. Ettridge, good defensive spoil. McCarthy at the front. Ferguson to clean up for Grovedale. Tucks it under the arm and runs away with a handball that he releases. Chute over the top. McHugh with a handball to Ford. Ford can give it back to Chute at close quarters. Tries to get out of the tackle of Day. Does so successfully. Comes back inboard. It was well done. The kick to Abbott. Abbott went to handball to Jeffrey, but now instead pulls the kick and pulls it straight into the waiting arms of Gunther, who's marked just back of the centre wicket area here in the middle of Bisanella Oval. And they just that one possession is hurting them. He goes short, and Edwards has got it.
So Edwards now. Short little kick, okay.
In fact, it's good, but I should say, not Edwards.
He wouldn't have got it to Harvey, who goes over the top to Day. Oh, drops it. Now, he needs some support, so he got some. Oh, was that legged? Cam Edwards. No, the umpire said no. Thar got it back to Ettridge. He's wrapped up. Ball spills to Deans. His handball was good. And going away, Schultz took a bounce, backed himself, runs through half-back, goes to an open half-forward flank position. It's going to be 3 Lara players. They're going to raffle it. And O'Brien gets there first. Can he keep it in? Yes, he can. Along the line. Good kick too. And good punch away defensively. Grovedale working hard there. That was Chute. And he got across, and it'll be a boundary throw in front of the best seats in the house, thanks to APCO service stations here at Bisanella Oval.
63-38 on the Bowen Timber third quarter K-Rock scoreboard. Your specialist in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region. That's Bowen Timber. Check them out, bowentimber.com.au and Fellmongers Road in Breakwater. Boundary umpire hurls it back in. Good tap down by Abbott, roving by Jeffrey, pulled off the kick by Linehan Cunningham. It spills for Goodwin. Goodwin turns and now kicks inside forward 50. Thar's done everything else this afternoon, but he can't mark there. Knocked away by Schultz. On the boundary line, McCarthy did well. He's been good for Grovedale. His dribbling kick fell into the path of Wiskin. Wiskin with the outside of the right boot. Bell will step up but can't mark. Knocked it to a teammate in Stone. Stone almost threw it to Weagle. Weagle will track it to the boundary line. Deans with a big tackle. Buffets Weagle over the boundary line. We'll get a boundary thrown, and I reckon Dan Weagle might have just tussled the hair there of Nathan Deans to say, yep, well done, short stuff.
So boundary throw in centre wing. Abbott up against Bell. Abbott pushed Bell past the football. Neither got an effective tap. Falls to the back to Jeffrey. Goes towards half forward. Ball back towards Deans, who gets wrapped up by his opposite number 13. Connor Linehan Cunningham. And at left half forward for the Tigers, we're going to have a ball up. Played 19 minutes, Bowen Foods time clock. Bowen Foods sell the freshest fish direct to you, Donald Road, North Geelong. Abbott gets it down. Shoot. Handball to Wiskin off a standing start.
There's another one, Jace.
And there's, it's just in the field of play.
Jeez.
And umpire Emerson, very nice there on the boundary line, saying it just landed in the field of play. And we'll have a boundary thrown about 40 metres around from the Grovedale goal.
We are only one away from double figures.
Nice.
On a hazy afternoon now. From behind, Bell won the tap down against Abbott. It's in the left forward pocket for Grovedale. Stephen picked up the footy, but then he was picked up in a really good tackle. He was brought to ground by Linehan Cunningham and going nowhere. Umpire says, I'll toss it into the air. As we tick into time on in this third quarter, Grovedale would love a goal here. Abbott grabbed it out of the ruck, then he threw it to Chute. He was that little one-handed sort of, it spills off your hand and then you give it a little fist forward, and the umpire said, no, that's a throw, and it has been since the dawn of time. And the free kick belongs to, guess who, Bailey Cockrell, who's been outstanding this afternoon. Long ball flying, but not marking, was Judd off the hands of the pack. Jeffrey for Grovedale. He drives it long back inside, forward 50. Gilletty's target. Weagle got back there to provide a spoil. Tracked by Linehan Cunningham. Uses his speed with a little bit of a bounce too. That's cheeky. And then steadies himself to kick to half back, trying to put it into the space of a teammate to run onto in Beekman's. Beekman's with the footy. He'll send a long right foot kick. Stone or Goodwin. It'll bounce in front of both of them. Set up a right for Goodwin. Knocked it to Stone. Stone went back to Goodwin with over the head handball. Just had a fumble in the opportune time. Had to come in, lay a tackle. It was good defensive work by the Tigers in the end. Well played there by Radcliffe. We'll get a ball up left forward pocket below the scoreboard for Bowen Timber that shows Lara leading by 25.
So ball up. Day goes up by himself, gets a couple of hands to it. Cockrell got the handball out. Kick back to the top of the square for Lara. Dangerous. Runs in. Minari can't pick it up. Needs some support. Oh, Jeffrey got one high. Play on, said the umpire. Handball over the top. Tigers can get out of trouble. Run through half back. Kick over the top. Came from Cook. Oh, dangerous to centre wing forward. Set it forward to task. Cook came to help out. He lost the football on the tackle though. Needs some support. Now they're out. Nelson just back on the ground. Can run free. Which way's he going to go? Left foot kick out of bounds on the full. There's your double.
No, not out.
Push. No, not out. Ooh. Oh, umpire. Gee, very close. Kirsch was looking for the double.
Yeah, that's the exciting part of the day.
Boundary throwing. Left half forward for Grovedale.
Breeze has just got up a little bit too. Birchie, down to you for South Point Garden Supplies. That Breeze just got a little bit more strength about it.
Yeah, it does. It has picked up a bit, Kingy.
Well, that won't help the skills.
The kick of Jose to half forward. Too much on it for Day, although it sat on its point, bounced away from Ferguson. Day released a handball into the path of Goodwin. Didn't break stride, but just too much pressure coming from behind. Good by Schultz. And then Goodwin maybe just pulling up a little bit lame there for St John of God. Cramp potentially. Got that left knee heavily strapped. Dean's the resultant free kick short to McCarthy. And he is marked. Left back pocket. McCarthy will go back to his defensive goal square, and the mark taken there by Cook, and Cook will look to send them to the outer side.
Oh, he goes out wide. Hose takes the mark in front of the scoreboard.
He flirted with it, Jace.
He did flirt.
Would have been the first one on that side.
Yeah, that's right.
Could have been.
Chips it back inboard. McCarthy down the line to centre wing. Lara had the numbers at the back, but Gillett comes up to help. Handball though, Beekman's. Oh, under pressure. That should be a free kick, umpire said. And he didn't even have the ball there. Weagle, now the ball for Grovedale. Back inside 50. Well trapped by Cambridge. Now through the middle, they've got some space. Cockrell, he's got Goodwin on half forward by himself. If it sits for him, he's in. Which way is it going to bounce? Bounces back towards him, and he's wrapped up straight away. That's great. Great work, great tackle by Murrant. And Jack Cook gave him one to go on with too. No, in fact, it was Radcliffe, and couldn't go anywhere there in the end. Billy Goodwin will have a ball up on right half forward for the Cats.
Saw Billy Goodwin after that tackle. Keep an eye on that, Birchie, for St John of God. Day taps it into the space that Cockrell was occupying. His handball, though, after he fumbled, was poor. Chance here for Moran. A handball on the bounce. Deans under pressure. That's out in the full. There's your double figures, Jace. And Kirsch, thanks to the sport, Curse High, 100% locally owned and operated in Geelong. Cockrell with the resultant free kick, and maybe with half a medal hanging around his neck right now.
So Cockrell, and that's where Tom's votes are going by the sounds of it. Now goes towards right half forward. Day, he's got to come on. Day, Mitch Day! And one hang. Mitch Day stood tall as he always does. No more weddings in the middle of the season, Mitch. Just play footy, and that's what he does.
And now Smith as well with a knee issue coming from the ground as well, Birchie. You got Goodwin end, also Smith to keep an eye on there.
So Mitch Day's kicked 3 goals 2 this afternoon.
It'd be interesting, this kick, Jace. We're right behind it. It's got to go that left post from where we are.
A little bit of left to right.
Yeah, a little bit of left to right. And as we said, it's picked up a bit, so...
A little bit of movement back towards goal. Which way is he going to? That's come back. Is it going to come back far enough? He just puts it up. It actually didn't make the distance. It held up in the breeze and through for a rush behind to the home side. They go to 9-10-64. They lead. Grovedale 5-8-38. Barwon Timber, K-Rock, third quarter scoreboard.
Right back pocket, a long ball. Wiskin send it towards the direction of Harrison White. I've caught a lot of Harrison White this afternoon, to be honest. Beekman short kick. Chance now Harvey. Back to Beekman's. He'll send it long inside forward 50. Day won't get there, although McCarthy dropped what he should have taken unattended. Might open the door for Stone. McCarthy went back and got it. Handball on the up to Ferguson. Ferguson, a neat little kick is okay. Morant has got it about 30 from his defensive goal. Haven't caught a lot of Harrison White at all.
No, he's playing that role on that half forward line we spoke about. Had a little run inside the inside group, but that's about it.
Ball back to McCarthy. Last line of defence. Gives it away, and they go. Oh, Jose comes up with Jeffrey over the back. Minari to get there. He misses it. Deans. He's through the middle, needs some help. Chute comes across. He holds it up too, and they did pretty well in the end, Grovedale, because they had 2 on 3 or 2 on 4, and the cavalry came a bit too late, but they were able to hold it up on centre wing, so we're going to have a ball up. Coming up, McHugh, who's on the ball at the moment against Bell. So Bell for Lara, gets it down nicely. Handball was okay to Cockrell. His kick around the corner, close to the boundary line again, and there's number 11. Out of bounds on the full, so the Tigers to take the free kick at defensive 50.
Might take him to the last quarter to work this out, Jace.
Yeah, I don't know whether they will by the sounds of it.
So left back pocket, just waiting for the ball to be returned.
Bit of work today, Mo.
And it's Cook.
Give you anything?
Radcliffe with the footy. Radcliffe short into the right back pocket to McCarthy. They're a long way from home. They need one, you think, before three-quarter time. Get themselves within 20 points. That's not going to help. The mark, though, was dropped by Edwards. It's going to open the door for Radcliffe. Handball was a little bit too hot there for Hodgson. Picked up by Cockrell, who's been omnipresent all afternoon. Reynolds' kick was partially smothered. Spilled for Jose, and that is the three-quarter time siren. And now it's McHugh and Jose, and now it's on. They're coming from everywhere. Dylan Jose and Nathan McHugh getting to know each other a little bit better. Players have come from the bench. Will Jeffrey's even taken his helmet off to get involved. A bit of push and shove, probably not to the level of Colac and Leopold yesterday, but this is just wasted energy.
away from that now. Just keep looking for that best option when you hit that forward 50.
Yeah, and that's spot on. We've got to take what they give us. And I think that's the thing. That quarter, we probably forced things, didn't need to. And it is. Our probably first 2 quarters, we used each other, ran it a little bit better into the breeze. So we had a bit of instruction around our entries and what we wanted to do on that quarter. And they really probably didn't listen. So I haven't given them too much this one. Hopefully they listen and we can hit the scoreboard a few times.
Thanks for your time. Good luck for the last quarter.
Thank you, Birchie, down Boundary Side, South Point Garden Supplies. Just a nice little moment to remind us that we're a community sport. Jacob Spalding's come out of his huddle, his team trailing by 26 points, but his daughter goes running towards him for a hug and a kiss and back to the family. So that was really nice. And thank you to Simon Hose, who's just provided us with a little bit of afternoon sustenance, a couple of snakes and some strawberries and cream. And
it's normally Buddha that gives us lollies.
It is, yeah. Hosco looking after us here. He wants us to come to Birdoo Reserve. Final quarter for Boss Burger. Here is Jace.
So the ball from the middle, and they need a quick start. Lara, they go in. Oh, Stephen couldn't take it. Can he pick it up? No, he can't. Comes to Ford. He drops the footy. That's a good tackle, Linehan Cunningham at half back. He took the game on Ford, tried to get away from him, but CLC was there and he did nicely.
You're not getting past him too many times, Jace.
Into the sun too. So Bailey Cockrell comes out, got the medal around his neck already, we think, and he's had a great game, Bailey Cockrell. Centre wing. He goes now with a right foot kick to half forward. Day gives him a lead. In fact, it's Ettridge over there as well. Off hands and out of bounds for a throw in. Left half forward. West end of the ground.
Might as well roll the dice.
Just attack.
Yeah, the Tigers. Yep. Trailing by 26. Don't want to slump to 0-3, but that's where they're headed right now. Lara, what could have been? They could have been 2-1 potentially. Shoot does the roving high floating ball. That's out of bounds on the full for how many now, please, Kirsch? Is that the even dozen?
That's the even dozen, Kingy.
Or Kerrs high. 12 out of bounds on the full, and they've all been to this broadcast side with the northerly breeze today. The wind pushing the ball out of bounds. And here's Bailey Cockrell again, who just bob up in your breakfast cereal tomorrow morning. He's been everywhere.
Ball goes towards half forward with a kick. Off hands. And coming back over the top, Aaron Stone. And a pack develops. Puts a good tackle on Stone. Breeze getting up too, so Will Ford will get up last, hand the ball back to the umpire. Day and Abbott. Abbott gets it down, shoot, well roved. Goes from half back towards the middle. Stephen can't take it. Bell's there. Weagle as well, just left it on the up. Handball. Beekman's tried to get it back towards Bell. He's ripped off the football. This ball's still in dispute. Now it comes to Jeffrey. Gets around, gets tackled, gets collared, drops the footy. Got the numbers, Lara as well. Now Bell gives it to Beekman's. Has to get it quickly away. Open half forward flank position. Falls towards Hose now. His handball for Grovedale. Turned over though. Cockrell go to the 1-2. They go across half forward. Bar takes the mark.
There's a neat little kick there from Bailey Harvey. Long ball from Thar. Day on a charge, couldn't complete the mark, but he'll be first to recover at ground level. Step through a tackle, snapped around the body. Not a bad effort, but not enough carry. It's off hands and through for a minor score for the Cats. That might have put the game to bed if it's not already. 9-11-65 Lara, Grovedale 5-8-38 as we approach 3 minutes played on the Bowen Foods final quarter time clock. Bowen Foods sells the freshest fish direct to you, Donga Road in North Geelong.
White straight down the middle, gives it to Radcliffe, who takes it at centre half back. Just got to move it now. Straight down the middle. Oh, he goes short. Shoot. Takes the mark. Stone stands it. That right half back plays on now. Comes broadcast side. Looks towards half forward. Stephen, good mark. Takes a very good mark, Tommy Stephen. Gets up with a bit of cramp too, right in front of the best seats in the house thanks to Upco service stations. Tommy Stephen, not much movement from anybody in the forward line, so he just goes short across, and numbers Nelson, got his hand to it. Linehan Cunningham got it away. Beckley back to Bell. Big dinger, gives it away. McHugh should have taken the mark for Grovedale, didn't. Handball on the up to Schultz, back to Quinn. Needs to do something nice with the football, and he doesn't. He gets it in the middle. It's a free kick. Lara going to take it, and they're going to pay advantage as well and get it to Harvey.
Harvey drives it long. There's a cat down in back play. He's a really good one. It is. He's got the battering this afternoon. He was off a little bit earlier. Short kick, McHugh from Ferguson. McHugh brings it towards Jeffrey Stone to provide a contest. Jeffrey took a nice mark. Held onto the footy and then onto his left boot. A high kick. McCarthy swung forward, maybe gone up with the one hand, couldn't mark. The hands of the pack cleaned up nicely by Beekmans. Beekmans bangs it towards half forward, a rolling ball. Schultz has to knock it out of bounds towards the boundary line. It goes. And it will be a boundary throw in at left half forward. Slightly forward of the wing, favouring the Cats. They lead by 27. Looking to open their account in season 2024 and snap a run of 17 outs against Grovedale dating back to 2012. I think Goodwin's okay. Ball back into play from behind Abbott. The tap down far. The Roving's been very good this afternoon. A bounce and then running away, lowering the eyes. Not a great kick. Dale meet it full chested on the bounce. Couldn't take it cleanly, although he got a handball on the up. Ball's just shoved out at the side towards Harvey. Now it's going to spill for the Tigers for White. Haven't caught a lot of him this afternoon. Left foot kick, rolling ball. Minari tracks it outside defender, forward 50, and then turns and kicks back inside 50. Next to the boundary line, Goodwin, a handball. Harvey brought to ground, but was able to get a handball back. Chance here for the Cats. Don't argue. Big don't argue. Linehan Cunningham. Then got a handball away, but they've turned it over. Forward bangs it on the boot towards the halfback flank.
Goes up now, over the back Weagle. 3 up. He was the one down. He took the mark. Goes short. And mark taken by Cockrell. Handballs it away. Gives it to Gunther. His kick around the corner wasn't great. Coming the other way, Wiskin was there and he goes out wide. And Hose, can he keep it in? I don't think so. Well, in fact, Beekmans can. And he comes back 30 metres to Weagle. And he takes the mark on true centre wing on the outer side.
Not bad composure from the youngster. Weagle wants the middle of Bisanella Oval, and Gunther, it's a well-weighted kick. That hit a target, Kirsch.
That's the difference, isn't it?
Sporting Globe, Matty Kershaw, long ball inside 50. Day stood tall, could mark far off the back of the pack. Fast, quick snap, misses. Margin is 28. Just can't put them to sleep yet. It's like they've put them, just turn the doona down, put the chocolate on the pillow, but just haven't got the lights out yet.
It's 8-2 inside forward 50s this quarter, Kingy.
White from fullback for Grovedale plays on, kicks it as long and as far as he can. Over the back, Abbott can't take the mark, and he's got 4 Lara players around him. Cockrell was one, got it away to Reynolds by hand. He goes with a kick towards half forward, over the head of a couple, out of bounds Ettridge, out of bounds Ettridge, out of bounds. Couldn't keep it in, and it's left half forward for the Cats at the western end of the ground. They're 9-12-66. They lead Grovedale 5-8-38. We've played 7 minutes in the final term Barwon Foods time clock.
We're voting on the best on ground medal today, as we did on Anzac Day, won by Jaka Buklovic, otherwise known as Jack Buckley at St Joseph's.
50 bucks.
50 bucks. Single too, ladies, if you you wanted me to just mention that again.
Yes, he'll promise he'll wear the headband after hours.
Abbott short to Ford. It's next to the boundary line. Ford will bring it towards the centre square. Flying McHugh couldn't take the mark. Good roving at the front of the pack. Done there for the Cats by Smith. His handball forward, though, did no favours. Cockrell in the end had to lay a tackle on a Tiger, and he brought Hodgson to ground, and we'll get the umpire throwing it into the air. Abbott climbed high and then did his own roving of his ruck work and then gave a handball off. Kicked McHugh on the left boot, had a little bit too much on it for its intended target. Rolling back, Beckley tracking it. Tries to park himself in defensive 50 with a handball to Weagle. He got it back to Beckley. Weagle again. Wants Beckley again. They were too slow in the end. Beckley to get it back to Weagle. Weagle came, picked up the loose footy. He's dragged the ground ball up. They just racked up about 4 or 5 possessions each in that little, it was like a handball drill.
Was indeed.
They were doing it there just inside defensive 50. 28-point Lara lead in this final quarter thanks to Bossburger Jace with locations in and around Geelong. Check their app for winning deals.
Ball comes from Bell to Beckley to Linehan Cunningham and then to Thar off a step towards centre wing. Mark taken though, intercept. And White's taken it for Grovedale. Plays on. Just to kick it long towards the top of the square. Gillett's got to go. Weagle in front. I don't think so, Tom. K-Rock's own tried to claim the mark, but Dan Weagle, standing resolute in defence, took the mark to Cockrell. He gives it now right into the middle of the ground. Jose Plays on straight down the middle of Bisanella. He goes towards half forward with the kick. Ettridge, good movement of the ball by Lara, and Bailey Ettridge will shoot for goal from 45 out. Slight angle.
Well, that quick ball movement then, Jace, it got everyone out of position, and there was basically 2 one-on-ones in front of the ball. So that's the game just opening up slightly, but also Grovedale just not getting back to defend quick enough.
So Bailey Ettridge hasn't kicked a goal this afternoon.
No, he hasn't, but similar kick he spoke about at the break to Jane in relation to where he's kicking from now, and it failed to make the distance. So see if he's learnt from that, or maybe he looks to pass off, but he certainly looks like he's not going to pass off at the moment.
Set shot, 45 out.
Right-hand goal post.
Yeah, let's see how he goes. Right, that's better for accuracy, is it? Oh, beautiful.
He certainly punched through it a bit more, didn't he?
He did, and he brought it back to actually get straight into the middle of the goals. He couldn't have got it any straighter than that. So his first of the afternoon, and the 10th for the Cats. And I think, Kirsch, that is 10-12-72 to 5-8-38. That is lights out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
it is.
Just shut the door now.
Yeah, they're all over him when the clearances and the stoppage work. They're all over him inside forward 50. They're all over him in intercept marks, which we've seen all day. And they're the key areas that they're winning this game of footy on. But more importantly, they're controlling the ball off the boot and maintaining possession when they're in an offensive transition.
Ollie Henry with a fine for striking last night for the Cats. Zach Williams, intentional conduct, low impact body contact, but in the end that was the free kick that wasn't paid that got the goal for the Cats. As talking about the Cats, Lara go forward. Dylan Jose has pulled the trigger on a long ball. It'll be touched on the line and knocked through for a rush behind, and the margin is 35. So it's all window dressing now. We've played 10 minutes in this final term on the Barwon Foods time clock in the final quarter. K-Rock Bossburger scoreboard shows Lara 73 leading Grovedale 38, and we are looking straight into that setting westerly sun.
To the ball, in to the back pocket. Ferguson for Grovedale goes to centre wing with his kick. Coming back though, well, no, maybe not, because it's turned over again. So Tigers try and get it. Hodgson through the middle, handball. Oh, dangerous. It might come off because they've got a couple there. Oh, that's a free kick for a hold, is it? No, the umpire said play on. Through the middle, Beekman's the other way. Goes back towards half forward with the kick. Oh, that's a good mark. That is a good mark. Quinn, I've liked him today, Rory Quinn. He's going okay at half back. And back into the middle with the kick. Oh, no mark taken by Hodgson. Falls to Lenehan Cunningham, who goes to the right foot kick lead over the head of Day.
Shocking kick.
Shocking kick. And the Tigers again in defence. And it's just kick to kick. It's like a training drill. They go out wide.
So they do to Abbott. Abbott on his left. Turns and kicks and forward then sends a floater towards half forward, and mark taken. Might be McCarthy who turns and kicks. Gillett went with the one hand again. You're not going to take many marks doing that, but front of the pack Jeffrey turns and snaps and dribbles one through. So the first goal since the 10-minute mark of the third quarter, so it's been more than a quarter between goals. We're at 12 minutes into the final term. Snap around the corner was nice. A good finish there by Will Jeffrey in the helmet in game 49 for him, the Katandra product up in the Picola League. And maybe some life, but the margin at 29, it's probably 44, 10-13, 73. And this final term for Bossburger with locations in and around Geelong. Check their app for winning deals.
Yeah, look, there wasn't much fanfare when he kicked that, and there was only 12 minutes gone in this game. There's certainly plenty of time to get back into it, but they're just not doing enough things right. Enough things right? Not doing enough right, Jace, at the moment, and they just can't get their hands on the ball.
Ball, middle of the contest. Bell brings it down, but the cue, he's on the ball at the moment. He got wrapped up, so Bell tries to get it down again. Dean's short little kick forward. Handball was nice to shoot. His left foot kick inside 50 over the back of the pack. Read by O'Brien nicely. Third in line for Lara. Goes out wide. It might come back. Is that a free kick? Umpire said yes. And the free kick's going to come back to Nathan McHugh for Grovedale on the outer side centre wing.
I know he won't feature in the votes, but Ben O'Brien's game on Tom Gillett has been really good.
Written him down here as is my second best so far. I haven't given him votes yet, but he's been terrific.
Just do your votes.
Yeah, if he needs to feature in them, put him in.
100%.
Yeah. Chance here for the Tigers. Deans tight in the pocket, straightens himself up, sends it towards goal. It's going to fade across the face and bounce through for a minor score. And if there was any hope, it might have been extinguished there by that miss from Nathan Deans, who was looking for his 100th GFNL goal then, but he just missed to the right, minor score.
Well, it would have made things interesting, Kingy.
6-9-45. Grovedale, Lara 10-13-73. Final quarter, Carrick Bossberger scoreboard.
Weagle plays on from full back, comes with a helicopter towards the outer side. Ettridge takes the mark. Right in front of the best seats in the house, thanks to APCO service stations. He needs the Oakley frog skins on. Can't see much. Goes towards centre half forward with the kick. Oh, in the middle. No, well, was it taken? It was. The umpire said, yes, Cooper Judd, you're taking the mark. You play on quickly and go towards Bell. He can't take the mark. Front and centre was Harvey. Oh, he got one high too as he got the kick away. The umpire does not agree. Through for one behind.
Not a great option going to your ruckman inside forward 50.
10-14-74 Lara. They lead Grovedale 6-9-45, and that's on the Bossberger final quarter scoreboard.
White for Grovedale will bring the ball back into play. He goes short to the target, and it's McCarthy, who's been solid on debut, across the face of de goal, and the mark taken by McHugh. But they're a long way from home, and they trail by 29 points. McHugh. Nelson's the one wanting it on the wing. He heads in that direction. It's going to be 2-on-1. Weagle sets himself. Can't mark. Went through the arms of Ettridge. Tracking it to the boundary line is Nelson. Nelson kept it alive. Tapped it forward about 15 metres. Weagle now tracking it. He'll be happy to be ridden out of bounds by the momentum of Nelson behind him, and we'll get a boundary throw in. We'll bring you all our 3-2-1s for the medal after the medal is presented. We'll have a chat with the medalists. It'll be interesting to see whether they're also our Leopold Sporties Player of the Day. With our thematic standout as well. Abbott wants it back in the corridor. McHugh tried the high fend on Ryan Bell. Bell stuck the tackle, and that's holding the ball.
Tackle, yes.
Well, he should have got the first free kick for the high fend, Ryan Bell.
It's going to be 50 in a minute if he doesn't give it back.
And McHugh wants to argue the toss. A little handball. Ryan Bell went about a metre to Connor Thar, and Thar sends a long ball looking for Ettridge to mark. And there should be a free kick, I reckon, maybe for a hold in the marking contest to Radcliffe. That's not coming. And true centre wing, maybe just slightly forward favouring Lara. We'll get a boundary throw in. 74-45, final quarter. Bossberger K-Rock action with locations in and around Geelong. Check their app for winning deals. The Cats with Leopold here at Bisnella Oval next week. Grovedale, a tough one. St Mary's at Boodoo Reserve.
Free kick, Grovedale. Abbott wants to switch the play into the middle. It's a good kick. Oh, Reynolds read it better. Beautiful play. Defensively did nicely. Harvey spears the ball, and they take the mark. Cam Edwards has got it inside the centre square. Goes towards Day. Takes the mark, plucks it, and will shoot the goal from 40 out. But that is all Tom Reynolds' work behind the play, and his defensive teammates come over and let him know about it as well. And Mitch Day will line up for goal number 4.
8th mark, Jace, for the day, so he's had a good day out.
He has. 3 goals, 3 his personal tally. Like to get in the positives, I think, with the goals if he can, and should have no trouble with this. This is a Thursday night, last bit of the session. Goal kicking for Mitch Day. 40 out directly in front at the western end. Comes in, right foot kick, goal umpire does not move. So his 4th of the afternoon, the 11th for Lara, 11-14-80. They lead Grovedale 6-9-45. Bossberger K-Rock final quarter scoreboard.
I think he's only missed one real genuine set shot today. The one on the outer side at the other end, and one was a snap and one was, I think, just a rushed through type scenario. So his goal kicking's been really good today, and he's made the most of his opportunities, particularly inside forward 50 with the ball coming in. Sometimes a little haywire, but he's certainly had a great day out today, Mitch Day. And you're right, Tommy Reynolds' work behind the ball was terrific, which set that up, and just another nice inside forward 50 for the Cats.
Back in the middle, Tomatic during the ruck work. They're going to go forward. Grovedale through forward, goes looking for the marking target in Abbott. He can't take the mark. Ball at ground level. A chance for the Cats to clear. Reynolds was involved. Aaron Stone dumped in the tackle. That's a sling tackle. That'll be a free kick. He's landed very heavily too there, Aaron Stone, on his left shoulder there. The tackle they're trying to get out of the game.
The momentum swinging.
Look, I know it's hard to uneducate yourself after years of being taught to tackle with ferocity, but the duty of care stuff that they're looking at now, Stone gives a handball off far, just cruising past, so I'll take the kicking duties for you, and he kicks to the wing for Gunther, who's been really solid. This move back behind the footy's paying off, Kirsch.
Yeah, he's been really good, solid, gets a job each week.
When he puts some size on, he's going to be a handful as a defender. Long ball inside forward 50, not a good one though. It's marked by Abbott pretty comfortably, 2-on-1 against Day for the Tigers, and he'll send it back towards our broadcast wing. Will Jeffrey, the target over his and Manari's head. Gunther there to clean up on the bounce, handball to Manari. Manari to Cockrell. Cockrell has been outstanding, sends a kick in the direction of Day! Up he went over the top of Abbott and took a Hamlin hanger.
Wowee, Mitchell Day.
He got that big body elevated. He had the perfect sit over the top of Ryan Abbott, and he's a chance to go back and kick his fifth. Hamlin Holmes' new Bannockburn display home is now open, and so is Mitch Day's season 3 last week, and he's looking at goal number 5 after taking the Hamlin hanger.
Going to mark it down already, Jace. That's
wow,
the form he's in at the moment, and I hope you guys haven't submitted the submit button on your voting yet.
Yeah, now we have. Day, left forward pocket. This would need to be right-hand goalpost and working back. Can he get a handful? I reckon he can. He can. He's happy about it too. And this has turned into a bit of a blowout. The margin is 41. Mitch Day's got 5. And the Cats are going to pick up win number 1 of season 2024. Final quarter, K-Rock, Bossburger scoreboard with locations in and around Geelong. Check their app for winning deals. They're out by 41. Lara, 12:14.86. Grovedale, 6:9.45 as we approach 20 minutes played on the Barwon Foods time clock.
Yeah, as the day's gone on, the forward entries from the middle of the ground and their forward half of the ground into their forward 50 has been a lot better. Lara, it's kind of, they've learnt from the first half and they've been pretty good at it in the second half and given their forwards much more opportunity.
He wanted a strong finish, Kirsch.
He's got it. Absolutely.
Back in the middle, Abbott got it down. And there's going to be a secondary bounce. Will Ford, who's tried very hard this afternoon, comes up with the footy. Abbott again takes out of the ruck contest. His handball back to Jeffrey. His handball, oh, gee whiz, just a floating handball which set up his teammate. And the Cats have the numbers and they keep the pressure on in the middle. It's dropping the football and they're going to get the free kick. So good pressure from the Cats. And he's going to come back to Tomatic. He will take the free kick and can go to Cockrell on centre wing. He must have some type of disease. There's been nobody near him all day. Cockrell, he's had an outstanding day. He goes towards Joe's and it runs out of bounds for a throw-in. And it will be thrown in left half forward for the Cats. Striding to victory, 12:14.86 Grovedale. 6:9.45 to play, 21 minutes Barwon Foods final quarter time clock.
If that sun could drop behind those trees at the western end of the ground, that'd be much appreciated. Bell and Abbott, he's rucked tirelessly today, Bell, so is Abbott. Abbott wins a tap down forward, a little handball release over the top, wanted Moran, who just couldn't get a handle on the footy, worried out of it by Manari in the end. Ball spills out towards the boundary line on the broadcast side. Umpire says give it to me as the ball did go out of bounds and we will get a ball up. Left half forward for the Cats, who are going to pick up win number 1 of season 2024. Big challenge against Leopold next week. Abbott winning the tap down. Second go at it, McHugh. Ball spills forward. Has been a battler all day for Grovedale. A long ball, a high ball towards 450. Flying McCarthy, who they've sent forward to the footy. He couldn't take the mark. Chance here for Nelson. Lost it in the tackle. Should have been holding the ball. Umpire said play on. And at the 50-metre mark, we will get a ball up. 22 minutes played on the Barwon Foods time clock. Sells the freshest fish direct to you, Donga Road in North Geelong. And we've got a ball up.
The ball comes to Cockrell. His handball over the top towards centre wing. And it's Judd. Goes towards half forward. Smith can't keep it in. Punched away by Wiskin. And it'll be a boundary throw-in. Quarter time. In fact, it might be the second quarter. Start of the second term at the MCG. The Swans 7-3-45 lead the Hawks 2-2-14.
So they've banged on 5 since we last spoke about that score for Leopold Sporties. Hurled back into play by the young boundary umpire. Front position Jeffrey does the roving from the bell ruck work. Grovedale go inside, forward 50. McCarthy trying to turn O'Brien inside out. He did manage to do so, found the footy, and then O'Brien took him in a really good tackle and brought him to ground, and we'll get a ball up. 30 out, make it 35 out from the Tiger goal. They trail by 41 on what's been a tough afternoon. It's been a tough start to his second stint as a GFNL senior coach. Bell won the tap down. Chute did the roving. Kick to the goal square. One-on-one. Good defensive play. Knocked it to ground and through for a rush behind there by Brodie Cambridge. Playing just his 8th senior game. And the margin is 40. 6-10-46. Lara 12-14-86. 23.5 minutes played in this final term on the Barwon Foods time clock. Wiggle to kick in for the Cats. Comes broadcast side, high kick, and pushed off the football, I think, was Jack Cook. It will be a Grovedale free kick on centre wing. It's a good kick for distance from Dan Weagle, but turnover, and then punched away by Cockrell. He does the defensive work too, Bailey Cockrell, not just the fancy stuff going forward.
Mitch Schaefer gave him a little one in the ribs then.
Did he?
They obviously know each other.
So Badger throwing. It would have been Falcons team.
Oh, they would have too.
Yeah, right in front of the best seats in the house, thanks to APCO service stations. Yeah, Mitch Schaefer unfortunately sidelined. He's in a moon boot with an ankle issue, but Werribee are managing for him that he'll hopefully get back. Abbott just shifted Bell under the footy and grabbed it out of the ruck. Handball to Ford, a high kick inside forward 50. Defensive spoil came from Cambridge. Rolling ball to the front of the pack. Good pick up and release there by Hose. Deans will end up with it. He's kick inside forward 50. Gunther, who's been a rock down there all afternoon between him and Weagle. Not much has got past the pair of them. And Tommy Gunther, he's developing nicely. Just playing this afternoon game number 38 of his career, but in terms of experience, that is experienced at Lara. When you take away Weagle, Jose, Goodwin and Day and Stone, then the game tallies do drop. Linehan Cunningham to the wing, mark taken by Tomacic. He's got it on the outer side. As we're in the death throes of this one, 25 minutes played in this final term on the Barwon Foods time clock. It's Lara by 40. So down the line with the kick. No mark taken by Ettridge. Falls to the back Deans. He got ripped. Oh, he got pulled. Slung as he got rid of the football, and he'll get a free kick. So Nathan Deans looking to try and switch the ball. He hasn't got much to kick to there. And
no movement at all.
No, they're just all standing still. So he's going to have to kick it down the line. He's got White in the middle. He goes a bit shorter than that. Radcliffe takes the mark. A true half-back. He wants to switch the play now. And they do. Come to the broadcast side. Ferguson, he chips the ball out. Chute just standing on the boundary pretty much. He comes back inboard. Cook. Oh, danger, but they got it there. Ford. Now Ford plays on. Goes towards, well, they just turned the ball over. The lead was on, and the ball didn't, unfortunately, for Grovedale, hit the target. McHugh was coming out. Cambridge took the mark for Lara, so gives it away to Gunther by hand off a right foot. And can he keep it in? I think that's another one. Reynolds can't keep that in. That's out of bounds on the full Baker's dozen. Put that one down there. Kirsch, and Jack Chute's going to take the free kick. Yep. Number 13 for Kerr's higher. Chute, short kick. Abbott is at 50. It should have been 50. Long ball inside 50. Gillett with one hand. Tommy Gillett. A Hamlin hanger late. It's been a tough afternoon. Fended off his opponent with one arm and reeled it in with the other and took the mark, and will go back and have a shot in a rare occasion where O'Brien's been beaten one-on-one this afternoon.
Absolutely. He's held him well. He's held him. He's had one handball for the day. This is his first kick for the day, King.
So you had that head-to-head. Day versus Ferguson, Gillett versus O'Brien. It looks like a knockout blow for Day and a knockout blow for O'Brien. Gillett to pull the margin back to 34 points as we approach full time. That's a nice finish. That's a good kick. He had a big year last year playing in the WA Goldfields. In all competitions, he kicked 100 goals, including representing WA country on Optus Stadium, where he kicked a handful. But that's just his first of the afternoon and his third of the season. That's his 50th career goal, in fact, and he's just his 15th game at senior level. It feels like he's been around forever, but he has now kicked his first of the afternoon. Margin 34, Lara 86, Grovedale 52, margin 27.5 points.
In fairness to...
time clock 27.5, margin 27.5.
What? Wait, 27.5, under 27.5?
It's been a long weekend.
Bet responsibly.
You need a rest. You need a rest.
In Tommy's defence, that's the first time I think they've got it to him one-on-one and given it the kick to his advantage. So he hasn't had a really easy day with the ball coming into him with any advantage.
From the middle, Linehan Cunningham. He gets it over the back. Now through the middle, Beekmans takes a bounce, runs, goes along with the kick over the back of the pack and went for goal. In fact, as it hasn't gone through Ferguson, it's sat on its end and Ferguson was able to pick it up and run away, give the handball over the top. The Tigers are out. They go to the outer side. Coming back in, Stephen with the kick. Round the corner, Weagle punched on by Nelson. Goes to half forward, Speedy's at the back, Dean's on the up, handball. Gets it away, Cook off a step, high kick, open. There's the siren, and that is the game. Lara have won 12-14-86. They've defeated Grovedale 7-10-52.
Great example then, Jason. I know the siren's gone, but you know they were two Grovedale players running inside forward 50. You've got Tommy Gillett one out on a lead. All you got to do is hit him up, and they come back into play and kick a long bomb sky ball. You know, that's the kind of day they've had with the ball going inside forward 50. Just to touch on before we finished.
For the first time since 2012, snapping a run of 17 consecutive outs against the Tigers, Lara have got their noses in front at the final siren. 12-14-86. Grovedale 7-10-52. A 34-point victory for the Cats as we depart the fourth quarter for Boss Burger and move into the fifth quarter, and also the presentation ceremony here of the trophy and also the Anzac Day medal as voted on by the KRockFootball.live commentary team. Jane Birch is going to make her way among the throng, have a chat with one of the successful Cats from the afternoon. Of course, fifth quarter thanks to the Sandman Mattress Factory. Sleep better with the Sandman's locally made two-sided mattresses. They're made to outlast any other. St George's Road in Nor Lane. We'll get to you in a moment, Birchie, just when you're able to pull a cat away from the